sure it's not playing through. Always forget to check the audio.
I'm gonna put this out on my social media, I guess. My little social media I got.
Yeah, it's on the same way. I deleted my Facebook last night. I just got sick of it.
This is so funny.
I hate using it. It's the only way to get a podcast for people to know where it's
just scroll
at.
through and I just see 20 people arguing about dumb shit, and I'm like, all right, time to delete this.
See, I keep Facebook. I don't use Instagram that much. I don't know. I keep social media very
Lately, I'm just like, what do I got to say? Like, posting stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
No one gives a shit about this.
Well, and it's like, it's so different now. Because, like, if you guys remember, like, what's up, Crystal and Daniel? Like, when social media started actually becoming, like, everyone had a Facebook, whatever, it wasn't it was just like, oh, here's a pic of my family, or here's a picture of my pet, or, you know, just silly stuff like that. And then it turned into everyone hating on each other and, like, you know, people pushing agendas. Oh, Dingo, what's up, man? Thanks for the sub. Appreciate that.
Keep accidentally closing that.
Oh, yeah, my hat is chromed out. Oh, well.
Alright, sounds good.
I forgot the green hat against green screen is gonna disappear in my head. Yeah, we talk about social media a lot on here because it is, like, I personally think it's, like, the main driving factor in a lot of, like, depression for people.
Right? Because,
you know,
It's terrible, bro.
yeah.
It's kind of like destroying society.
I agree.
Destroying every generation to come.
And people are such assholes on there to each other.
It's
Because they're like,
terrible.
I don't know this fucking guy.
I'll say whatever I want.
It is terrible.
Well, then you get, like, for Instagram, for example, you know, you get people who are fit and attractive who go and post all their stuff, which is great. You know, kudos for them for being that. But then you get this younger generation of, like, 8 to 13-year-olds who are super impressionable who don't see that with their body, and they're like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Am I, like, broken? And it's like, no, you're just 10. Like,
We'll start modeling for the non-good bodies.
yeah, the non-good bodies. I'm going to create a modeling business called the Heavyset Boys.
Just like putting whipped cream on your nips.
Yeah, it's... Social media's weird. I don't think it's ever going to go away either, which is the weird part.
No, I don't think so.
Like, maybe the platforms will be different, but I don't think there'll ever be a unanimous, like, maybe we should just all get off social media.
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen. Because, I don't know, social media keeps evolving. Like, Snapchat. And, I don't know.
Because you guys remember when you first got your cell phone, like, to send a picture, like, it may or may not work. Like, you can't get a good picture of yourself, or, like, whatever you're taking a picture of. Now, like, I can record my whole day really easily. Everyone can see it. Like,
you should start doing that.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna just start posting dumb stuff on, like, just ate a bowl of cereal on Twitter.
You check in at your house. That is. You guys still on Facebook? Have you deleted yours?
I deleted my personal one last night, but
yeah, I haven't logged on to my personal one. We have the one for the podcast, but that's just so we can post it.
I still got my personal Facebook. That's the only social media
I go through
really
cycles.
keep.
Yeah.
I just delete it, and then I'm like, fuck, I'll go back on.
I like having it for, like, the friends that, like, you really cared for, like, in high school you may not see as often as you want, or, like, family members.
Yeah.
But
it's a great platform to keep in touch with people for a long time.
Right.
Because, you know, that way you have them by their name. But usually everything else, like Twitter, Twitch, anything, Snapchat, anything is done by a username.
Right. Exactly, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, like trying to actually find someone.
Yeah, it's impossible to try and find some random person.
Yeah.
But it's, I'm the same way with you. Like, I have my personal one, and it's just people that, like, I genuinely, like, would care to see what's going on in their life. Like, you know, are you doing good? Is everything okay? How's your family? Like, things like that. It's not, I want to get famous on my personals. Facebook or whatever. Like
That'd
some
be
people.
hilarious.
Yeah. Just post 10 selfies of me a day on my personal.
Yeah, dude, every single day. Right? There was this dude, I would send pictures of him, Chandler. Like, I don't know who he was or how I became friends with him on Facebook, but he was like super buff, but he would post like shirtless pictures, so many. He had like 200 shirtless pictures of himself. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, I've had like that kind of situation. I've came like across like where I've had my Facebook so long. It's been at least 10 years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I've like stumbled across so many friends, and I'm going through my friends list, and I'm like, I don't know this person,
Yeah.
that person. I have no clue. I'm going through pictures. I'm just like,
Hello.
what?
I keep having it too. Like, I get like someone will accept a friend request. Like, I don't think I ever sent you one. Like, maybe I did like 2 years ago, and they're just barely like approving it. I was like, I don't know you. Why are you approving my friend request?
You're just approving it now.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Just delete them right away and send them a message.
Right?
Fuck you.
I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
I think Snapchat's the weirdest one for me, because like
I use Snap a lot.
Yeah, I use it for like friends, but like I've added more people that I don't know because I use it for this as well. It's just the weirdest shit people post.
If I don't personally know you, I don't usually add you on Snapchat,
right?
Like, because I post some like stuff on there that if you don't personally know me, you might get it sideways.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna fight you or something. And it's just, I'm not trying to ask, like, try to catch hands randomly on the side of the
right. Just for nothing.
Like, I can't remember who it was. I don't know what the name was on there or whatever, but some person added me, and I was like, oh, cool, must be someone that I know. And I didn't think anything of it and was, like, scrolling through, like, the pictures or whatever, and I clicked on it. And it's just this big buff dude, like flexing in this mirror, and then you can just see his dick through his boxers. I was like, what is going on? Why is this guy on here? And then like I was like, what the fuck? And I clicked, there's 5 more, just like straight flexing dick and tats. I was like, man, dude, are you that like? Hey, what up, man?
I'm late.
It's all right. We're live too.
I got caught up on a conversation in the car. I was sitting there for the last 10 minutes, so.
Good, dude.
Yeah.
Make sure my mic's on. We're good.
This is Kyler. That's Calford.
Oh, hi, I'm Calford.
Nice to meet you.
We're just talking about social media right now. And strange
I'm curious
people.
your input, because you're big on social media.
What do you mean?
Well, because you got a big Snapchat.
Yeah, Instagram, all that shit.
Right. We're kind of like, we're talking like it's kind of, what's the word? It has its pros and its cons.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do you get a lot of hate on yours?
Fuck you.
I wouldn't. Sometimes, yeah, but not. It's like hate for stupid shit. Like, I can say shit like, I'll be like, oh, I'm such a stoner, but obviously I'm not, and people are like, fuck you. Like, stuff like that, but not like you're ugly, like, not like that.
That'd be weird, some random people. What's up, Uggo?
Yeah.
The last time I think I got hate like that was like 3 years ago, I think. I posted some pictures from a photo shoot, and someone commented, oh, like, you're vaping in this picture because you gotta cover your ugly face, and I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, like, take your account off private, bitch, let me roast you now, like, I was so mad, I was like, fuck you, bitch.
That's
like,
the worst when you can't see them back.
oh, I know, and she, like, had a weird, like, it wasn't even her real name, and, like, the profile picture was, like, a cartoon character or something, and I was like,
usually if it's a cartoon character, that means it's not good.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bitch, you ugly if you don't even got yourself on your profile picture. Like,
that's what we get in here, because like obviously like a platform like Twitch, there's lots of trolls. Like you're just gonna get that. So anytime they come in here roasting us, like I get roasted, and someone called him some dude from Mr. Goo or something like that. And
from Dr. Moreau's Island X.
I'm surprised trolls are still a thing, because they were like really big back in 2012.
Some of them are clever. And
yeah, they are.
Those are the ones that get you. You're like, damn, do I look like that guy? Do I look like a pink mutant?
I just kept getting called Action Bronson, which is whatever. I get that. And then the fucking smoking big doinks guy. I was like,
you died there.
He's doing me dirty on that one.
What's up, Boston? Yeah, we remember you.
Yeah, definitely Boston. But yeah, I was gonna add the paranormal thing. Do you got any like weird stories on that type of stuff? Like, you ever believe in any of that type of shit?
Yeah, kind of. So a few things like, I don't know if you've ever been. I would have to figure out what city it was. Driving from Vegas to Reno.
Mm-hmm.
There's a city up there. Oh, I can't remember. There's a haunted old haunted hotel over there. It's scary as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, you'll never get me to watch it. Nope. That is one thing where I say that's where I like draw the final line and say, yeah.
See some weird ass shit.
Yeah. I saw enough to where I was just like,
not interested.
Not interested. Yeah. I
think the worst would be if something happened to me in like haunted hotel while I was sleeping. Like, all of a sudden someone touches my foot. Like,
what the fuck? And see, this problem is like I didn't even have to go inside. The eerie, the utter just feeling around, like, and it wasn't like just like when you were across the street perfectly fine walking. It was like 11:30 at night. We were driving in the middle of the night to Reno, and then you get across the side, right when you get up, you just get this just heavy, eerie feeling. And it's just like...
Yeah, you can always tell walking around a place like that.
And the minute I got that feeling... And that's like kind of my only like actual feeling. But the minute I got that feeling, I was like, yeah, this is like...
Fuck this.
Yeah, fuck that.
And so I just kept kind of like peeking, wandering, just kind of... And just... randomly something fell. I was like, yep. Yep.
I'll be on my way.
Yeah, time to get out of here. I know what you mean though, because like, you know, Forrest and I, when we were a little bit younger, and like, it's been a while since we've done it, but like, we used to go try and find places that were like scary or haunted or whatever, and like, never really saw anything, never really had like evidence or like, oh, that's fucking something really creepy. But there's those places where like, you're just walking around, you're like, feel off. You can't explain why you feel off, but you just feel like, I don't know how to, like, heavy almost. Like, you just kind of like...
I know that's right.
But,
fuck.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no. When it comes to paranormal stuff like that, yeah, I don't mess with it.
Yeah.
No. Do you?
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you. I'll just hop on that train. It's just like, yeah, no. That's one thing that I'm just like, yeah.
I don't know why I'm interested in it. I think it's because, like, I grew up non-religious, still not religious, but, like, the whole idea of, like, paranormal kind of, like, breaks my ideas because, like, I don't believe in, like, a heaven, hell. But then if I believe in paranormal and there's obviously something afterlife, I don't know, it's weird.
Or there could just be afterlife but no heaven or hell.
Right, and that's why...
That's another way I kind of looked at it, but I'm religious, so...
Yeah, so, you can look at it that way, I guess.
Just cool, I don't know. It's weird to try and figure out what's out there in the universe.
Yeah, paranormal stuff, no. Yeah.
I keep having these fucked up dreams lately. I don't know why.
Same.
Like Dude. Dreams that wake me up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like I usually don't have like dreams like that, but lately it sucks.
Like, what was your last dream like that?
I don't remember. I remember waking up, but I can't remember what caused me to wake up. I was like all sweaty and stuff, and like I have like this little like nightstand next to my bed, and I had a laundry basket on there, and so like out of the corner of my eye I thought like there was a person sitting there. I was like, what the what is going on?
See, the fact like waking up just sheerly just sweaty, dude, is like the worst fucking feeling in the world.
I hate that when you wake up sweaty and you feel like you can't move because you're like, oh, I'm sweaty. Like,
when you wake up and like your shirt is so sweaty and you're like, oh, I just want to take it off, and you're trying to take it off, it's sticking to your skin, and you're just like, it's not even that wet, and you're so tired you just want to go back to bed.
I've never been that sweaty before. But
I have. Like, it's...
I just get like slightly clammy. Like,
have you ever lived in Vegas?
No, I've lived in Arizona.
Okay, then yeah. Okay, similar.
Yeah.
So I want to hear some of the Vegas stuff that you are open to talking about, because like I've heard life in Vegas. Because like from an outside point of view, everyone pictures Vegas like, oh, it's the town to go gamble, go party for the weekend, whatever, and then you head out.
So yeah, like a lot of people in Vegas are like, if you're from Vegas or like your family's from Vegas or your blood's from Vegas, you know kind of just the things about Vegas. So when you go to Vegas, it's family.
Yeah.
It's not, holy crap, there's a casino, there's a strip, there's hookers, there's that.
Right.
And so, you know, a lot of people when they say Vegas, they think casinos. And so when I think Vegas, you know, I think you go 5 blocks south, 5 block east, 5 block west, whatever direction.
And that's real Vegas.
That's real Vegas, you know? It's just like down here, just with palm trees and it's a lot hotter.
Oh, way hotter.
Way hotter.
Now so for someone who lived in Vegas, how do I word it? Like, do a lot of people who live in Vegas hate the strip part because it's so touristy and there's so many randos, or is it just kind of like it's part of life?
To be honest, it was actually a great part because we'd always go to the strip and get fucked up with the tourists.
That's true, yeah.
You know what? Because, you know, those people are here to party.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like, let's go party with those people.
Right.
That's pretty sweet.
No, it really wasn't like an inconvenience because the strip was just isolated to one. It wasn't like spread out. So it wasn't like, oh, people are here, people are there. There wasn't, when you're going outside of Vegas, there wasn't really much you could go see. Out, like if you're going somewhere scenic or something like that, you can go see like the Boulder or the Hoover Dam, whatever.
Yeah,
right.
And I lived out there in Boulder City for a while. Yeah, fuck that town. But, yeah. Coming from Vegas, it's just like a town that I don't want to say, like, Boulder is like a town just outside of Vegas, but living out there for a while and then being in Vegas and Henderson Valley, it's kind of just, it's chill. If you can mind your business and keep your nose in your own square, you'll be perfect. But like, it's the fact that like no one sees, like I said about that social media thing, everyone be beefing on social media, and that's where I see just a lot of people just beefing over stupid stuff.
Right.
That's the worst.
And I've seen it just take down. I've seen it get worse just in Vegas and Henderson and Boulder.
Yeah, that's fucked.
What do you think it is that causes, like, because like I think everyone here in this room knows, like, there's no point in going online and beefing with someone on social media.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to do.
It's just favorite thing to do.
Maybe 5 years ago.
I just go online. What's up, fucko?
Right. So what do you think it is that causes people? Like, do you think it's just boredom? Or do you think it's like this need to feel like superior? Because like I see it all the time. Like
definitely the superior feeling.
Yeah. Because like I mind my business like to a T. Like I'm not in anyone's business except my own.
I'm in some, but I'm not like everyone's.
People that come out of left field into something they shouldn't be in, definitely, like, that's what I just like what I'm talking about. Make things 100 times worse, where things get spread rumors and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's just sad to see people die. It's not like when I say just rest in peace X, it's not just rest in peace X. It's rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives over stupid, silly crap. Like, we're letting down there, people are dying over stupid stuff. So,
right. Just like something small that takes off, and
like I say, it's not just Vegas. Vegas is it's just starting in Vegas. Like I wouldn't say it's like Chicago or any like Flint,
right?
Miami, anything like that, you know. But
if you can see progress, like
it's progress in the wrong direction,
right? It's
so what you don't want.
It's just weird because like I don't know. I guess I could never see myself like. Not only, like, I don't even, like, arguing with people, not, like, in real life. Like, I don't want to argue with people online. So I guess I just don't. I feel bad for the people who get caught up in it and get caught up in the wrong way. Like, I don't know.
I troll randos sometimes. Well, not random. People I know.
Right.
Just because it's funny.
And people you know.
But yeah, if we're friends, then they know I'm fucking with them.
Yeah.
So.
It's like you see some post, like, whatever it is, like, so-and-so doing this, and you just, like, some guy gets on there like, well, fuck you, and it's like,
I guess
what?
Right, but yeah, that's even the thing though. Even messing with someone you know, because like they may know, but maybe one of their good friends doesn't know you're joking. Like, the fuck are you?
Right.
But Vegas is just not my recommendation: don't move to Vegas.
Yeah.
Economy's not great, you know.
Too many people for me.
Too many. Yeah. It's huge. And it's only getting bigger.
I get frustrated just being in Bountiful sometimes. And
God,
there's a lot of people, but not like nearly that. So
like, have you ever just like took a hike and just went and just chilled and just looked out to see how far things go.
Yeah,
I did that in Vegas, and I can't even see like the end. And what it's gotten to that point when you're looking across the valley and you're just like, Jesus, this is just
too much.
Too much.
Yeah, man.
I feel what he's saying. I kind of feel that here now too. Like, try driving around just Bountiful at like 6 p.m.
From when we were in high school, dude.
It's so bad.
It's crazy because in high school, like, there's no one around here. Like,
there's nothing.
Now, like, everywhere you go, there's brand new, huge apartment complexes, and
it's turning into like Lehigh and shit like that.
Yeah,
that's how I see it with like that new shit they put in Woods Cross, like that whole area. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. I like Bountiful because it was low key and like it wasn't crazy. Now it's getting like towards crazy, and like it's crazy because now it's like I don't even like going to Smith's because I see so many people I know. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind, but it's like I hate running people I know. Like, it's just
because if you're running errands, like
if I'm going to the grocery store looking like shit, I don't want to see like 10 people from high school. Like, I don't even go to the gym that much anymore because it's flooded with people I know, and I'm just like, I can't escape this.
Well, and I feel the same way, but like if I'm like running errands where I'm like, no one likes really running errands, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to run into people and it takes up more of my time.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be a dick and be, hey man, like.
Yeah, I'm always like that. I always be getting yelled at people that are like with me. They'll be like, "You're always fucking taking forever. Like, you're always in there for an hour just chatting people's ears off." Like, I tried not to be a dick. and then people come to me and they're like, "You're such an asshole." And I'm like,
"What are you talking about?"
Never catching breaks.
Yeah, I hate. Just talking.
Can't please everyone.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
not.
like when I want to see people is like when I want to see people. Like when I go to a party or something. Like when I feel like socializing and talking to people. But like if I'm just going to the store to grab like milk or something, like I don't want to see you and talk to you for like 10-15 minutes. Like I got shit to do. Like,
right, exactly. Like
I gotta come home and watch Teen Titans and.
God damn it! Teen Titans. You watch the new one?
No, not that shit. Like, I'm talking like the original, like. The old, like, from, like, 12 years ago. Teen Titans.
What's up, Austin? Yeah, I don't know. Because I liked Bountiful, too, because it used to be, like, the center of everything. Because, like, we were 15 minutes from Ogden or 20 minutes from Ogden, and then we're, like, 10 minutes from downtown, and then, like, nowhere's out of reach, but it's all kind of starting to push into us being the busy area.
Yeah.
Especially with downtown being huge and ginormous now and growing, like,
especially when you can drive like down State Street and you can drive like an hour
on
State Street. It's just like, what?
Right.
Yeah, fuck, it's wild. It's all the goddamn hipsters moving in.
Hipsters are taking over. It's good for like the Utah economy.
Yeah,
it's not good for... that's the great thing. That's why I moved back. Is the economy.
Yeah.
But I've gotten to the point where I've like gotten fed up with society where I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna build a house on top of a mountain and just say.
Yeah, sounds nice.
It's the dream, honestly. Like
move to Montana.
Yeah, go somewhere that's in the middle of butt nowhere,
or just go buy an island.
I mean, that's the dream.
That's the real dream right there.
What's the dude who owns the islands? Is it Richard Branson or something like that?
Dude, the one from Virgin Mobile.
Yeah, he used to do the cribs.
Was he on that? His island burned down or something recently?
Oh shit, I hope not.
One of those rich guys with an island burned down.
Here's the thing I would be concerned about. If I had my own island, dude, anyone try to come rob me.
Right?
Because it's just me.
Yeah, you're just on an island alone.
What is this skinny little white blanket?
Yeah, you just have cannons and stuff.
Old school cannons.
Come on,
fuck it. If you can own an island, you can own a tank.
Yeah.
I just thought it was the most like low key gangster shit I've ever seen is when they did his cribs thing. And, like, it ends, and he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And, like, on camera, he takes his pants down and starts taking his shit. Like, it shows him, and they pan out, and they're like, and it's just, like, this, like, ocean, and it's just on his island. I was like, oh, wow, that's flexing really hard.
They're going to take a shit right on cribs.
Right? They're not going to tell me no. I can buy cribs.
LOL. Don't get why we can't talk about wieners in this chat. You can talk about wieners. I don't give a shit.
If you want to talk about wieners, I mean.
Yeah.
And what up, Toasted? Welcome.
Yeah. Talk about the wieners in the chat all you want. I'm not stopping you.
20 minutes from Ogden if you go fast. Yeah, I guess it's more like
I could
30.
make it there in 19 minutes.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I was going to school out there. It was like, I woke up late one day and I was like, fuck, 19 minutes. I made it out there, found a parking spot, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Now you do detail work, right?
Yeah.
So like what, like what kind of detailing? Like,
So I work for a dealership. So like I'm contracted. So like I get paid per car.
That's
okay.
awesome.
Yeah. But to all those minivan owners,
I used to detail.
or people
too.
that aren't actually. If you've detailed before, then you're gonna know this next thing.
Yeah.
All the Toyota Sienna owners.
Yeah, that. I had really bad
Literally,
ones too. With like
seriously.
another bad one
Word.
for me was like Honda Pilots.
Gay.
Those were always bad.
Like I always stress to people, like if you want to keep your car clean,
Yeah.
it will increase the value of your
Oh,
car.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Incredible. When your carpets are destroyed, like it's just a simple vacuum once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of those were. I had some gross ones.
Yeah,
What's the worst one that you've had? Like,
I might have pictures still.
dude.
You couldn't even. It was full of garbage.
I got a couple. I've had we've had one where we found a dead lizard and live cockroaches.
Oh no! I never had that bad.
God.
No shit. I got these pictures.
Live cockroaches in a car.
I don't got the live cockroaches. I'll have to get and see if I can text the detailer who did it with me.
Jeez.
That was the worst thing. He has it on his phone. I wouldn't. He started this. He's like, "What do I do?" And I was like,
What do you do?
"I don't know. I didn't. How are cockroaches in a car, dude?
Was there just
First place, how did it get in there?
right?
That's dead ass serious question. How did cockroach get in the car?
Right? Yeah, I don't know. That's fucked up.
I could even like
You're one either swamping it or you're nasty ass motherfuckers.
Spontaneous generation.
Right.
Maybe I don't have pictures of it.
So what did the car look like besides the cockroaches?
It was a Forester, and the seats were destroyed. I actually drove this car, and here's the thing: I didn't know it was cockroaches in it. It was like, so I work at the dealership, and we got to drive cars when we buy them from auction and just like that.
Yeah.
And so they go through drive cycles, and I drove this car down the block, and it died on me, and it had
shit.
no gas in it, and I was like, fuck. So I sat there in the car texting, and later that day, he pulls it into the bay to clean, and we pull up the back seat, and I see scatter.
Damn.
Oh, God.
And I knew that I just sat in that car for 35 minutes, knowing that now that there were live cockroaches in that car behind me.
That's fucked up. Like you just like look down, it's on your leg or something.
Oh.
Fuck.
Like,
It was the worst thing.
well, that's how my day's going. Get. This isn't Wall-E. Scram.
Oh my god, I
Alright.
forgot about that movie.
You gotta look very closely. You will see this dead lizard.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, what?
Oh, I gotta see this shit.
How does that happen? Because like the cockroaches
Dude.
one's like, I'm like, okay, well like I guess if one got in and they reproduced, I don't
And,
know how
like,
lizards are getting into
To be
a car.
honest, I've ran into a lot of stuff. Like, I just don't take pictures of anything anymore because
You've seen it so much.
nothing is gonna blow my mind. The other day, and I know this is what happened. And shout out to my friend Ryan. He works with me, and if you see this, he's gonna laugh at me for telling this story because he told me not to tell anyone this what happened. So we were standing on the lot just talking. It's 8:00. We're closed.
Mhm.
And we're just sitting there chatting, and these people come walking on the lot. They're twacked out of the twacked just out. And you could tell, and she asked, there was a guy and a girl, and she asked if she had a bathroom we could use, and we're like, oh, we have no public bathroom.
Yeah.
The building's locked, sorry.
Right.
I had the key, I just was
Yeah, no way.
my building.
Hell no.
So, next thing I know, I see she's like, "Are all your cars unlocked?" I said, "Yeah, you're more welcome to go through them." And I just didn't think about that. And I went to go clean a car the next day, and I realized it was over in the area of a car that she got in. I wasn't paying particular attention to what car she got in. But the next day, I'm cleaning the car, and my vacuum gets clogged up.
Oh, no.
And I go, what? What? And I'm thinking she wanted to use my bathroom to go twack, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So I get like a little coat hanger, and I'm sticking it in the hose. I've flunk right onto my pant leg.
Oh.
Tampon.
Oh, fuck.
Just.
So she just tossed that shit in a car?
She's like, yeah.
Got on the bus right next to my work.
Now let me use your
Dude,
bathroom.
unless that was in there for like once that hit the wrapper hit my leg and it was open, you could see that it was just like, oh no. I was just like, and just wanted nothing else to do with it. Straight to the trash can.
Fuck.
And you know
nasty.
what? If that's what happened, if she did it, so be it. Whatever.
Still.
Fuck.
Yeah. God.
I got paid well for it though.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
if you're getting paid well, then
It just reminds me of Superbad where she has her period on his leg.
Period blood.
He has like, is that blood on your leg? It's like, are you bleeding? It's like, I'm not bleeding. He's like, did you dance with that girl over there? Oh no.
I worked at Slim's over here, the one right off 2600. It was just the gas station one, and yeah, that place was fucking bad too sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, our old friend James worked there a couple of times, and we gotta clean the bathrooms every night, which is whatever, but found needles all the time.
Yeah, that's something that's not new to me. I find drugs in cars all the time.
Oh, I bet.
Especially now, like it's gotten recreational in Nevada.
Yeah.
Bro, and we buy a lot of cars out of Nevada.
Yeah.
And it just cars come in and they just.
Right?
It's just like, man, did you ever roll down the window?
Damn. Yeah, I found with Deton too, drugs too. Like, it was just like pills, but like I never knew people to like put like all their daily pills in bags. But so many times, like people just like in little Ziploc baggies, like their daily dose.
Right.
Like I was like, man, that's really organized. Like, but yeah, like just from dealership cars that we would do.
Where all did you work, Calford, before construction?
Oh my god. McDonald's, Costa Vida, Lagoon, Cafe Rio.
Oh, doing it all.
Did you work with Costa Vida with just Snapchatting her, Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I knew her from that one night she recognized me on
Right. Fast food, man. It's
Fuck that shit.
yeah.
I've never worked fast food before.
I'm never going back to
Yeah,
a
fuck
customer.
that. I've never worked it. Never
Yeah.
will do it.
Yeah. I just can't
If
deal with
you
the
work
people.
fast food, props to
Yeah.
you. How you do not punch people, I do not know.
Right? That's one reason I didn't. Like,
Because I get frustrated just ordering food.
yeah.
sometimes.
Right. Yeah, because I worked at Domino's for 4.5 years or something like that, and when you become manager, that means that you have to deal with everyone who's mad, which
Is everyone.
which is a lot of people, and like you have to start figuring out, like, are they mad because they just want free food, or are they
It's always
actually
that
mad?
reason.
Because there was the one dude, I think I told on the podcast, he lived over at those apartments behind 7-Eleven,
Oh.
and that used to kind of be like drug area, got some gangs in
Ratchet.
there. Yeah, it wasn't the best for a while. It got cleaned up, I guess. But
Yeah, my friend lives there. It's really nice. Actually,
Yeah.
It's
now.
really nice over there.
Is
My
it
friend-
now?
Yeah, my
Oh,
friend lives
awesome.
over
It's
there.
like bougie, like, Instagram model house. Like, it's nice.
that's
in
fucking
there.
dope, because it used to be kind of gross.
It used to be like all ran down. Like I remember it in high school because I had friends that lived there.
Yeah.
Like I remember, and there used to be shitholes.
Yeah, there was some.
Like the doors were barely holding.
Yeah.
And then now, like my friend lives there now. Yeah. You see cost of rent just go.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah, have you guys noticed that? Just cost of rent lately though.
It's so bad.
It's
Yeah, that's
unrealistic.
terrible. But they've gotten nice. They're nice.
That's good. Yeah, we so there was a guy that was ordering, and like when you work from not a franchisee, when you work with like someone who is or when you work with a franchisee and not corporate, like, you want to make sure the customers are more happy, like, kind of that mom and pop thing. This guy was calling and somehow swindling other managers into like $30-$40 worth of pizza every night by saying like shit's wrong and blah blah blah. And he did,
so he knew the game.
He knew the game. So he did this like 4 or 5 times, and he like $250 plus of pizza that he's gotten for free over like a 2-week period.
Oh my god!
So finally, I talked to the guy because like I've heard the stories, and he called on one of my shifts, and I talked to him. And he was trying to pull it. I'm like, hey man, listen, this isn't happening anymore. Like we've caught on to what you're doing. Like, you're not gonna get free pizza anymore. So he starts trying to spew this like, I run a marketing firm, like I will shut you guys down, blah 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 blah. The pizza's wrong. I'm like, we'll make it this simple. If you want to bring that pizza back, and then we'll replace it, we can do that. He's like, well, I already ate a couple slices. I'm like, then you're not gonna get it. Why did you eat it if it was wrong? Yeah. So this is when he starts trying to act a little wild, and he's all like, what if I come down there in person? We're gonna talk the same way? And I'm like, you know exactly where we are. Like, he didn't show up. Like,
he's like, oh fuck.
I was low key really hoping that he did, because like, you're gonna come down here and try and fight me over pizza.
Probably some skinny white guy, anyways.
Like,
that'd be hilarious.
I
show up. What's up?
Just talking shit on the phone for pizza. No, like I just don't. I'm all for like, if we mess up food, like give people food, but like trying to swindle yourself in like $200 worth of pizza.
Yeah, my mom's always trying to do that shit. Like once a couple of slices are gone, she's like, I'm gonna call my mom. I'm like, I'm like, don't do it.
So I worked at like a similar story. Like I worked at Smith's right before they switched over.
Yeah.
So I worked there and I was bagging. It was a Sunday morning, like 7:00. Lady paid for this cake, and I walk over to the bakery, and it was on my break, and I was gonna get some, and she's following me over there. She's noticed something wrong with her cake. She goes over and complains. She's like, I want a refund. He's like, you already paid for it. And he's like, I can reroute it later. She's like, no, I want a new cake. And he goes, you're not gonna get a new cake. And she starts yelling at him, calling him names, stuff like that. He was holding the cake. He finally got fed up with it, took the top off, and just
oh shit.
Damn. I bet he got some trouble.
He got fired that day. Definitely, for sure. Like he got fired. It was he got fired. He was probably one of the best employees. He got promoted so quick.
Yeah.
And our manager, TJ Almeida or something like that. Man, I'll never forget his response to that. He looked at the lady, came over, and he was like, "What happened?" So I kind of just said, what happened? And he goes, you want your money back?
God damn it.
You want your money back? Oh, speaking of Sarah, she's in the chat.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Thank you.
Oh,
hey RL2, how you doing?
And what's up, Yarrow? Yeah, I mean, I don't work in fast food, and I'll never go back just because, like, everything that you guys say, like, me and Calford can attest to, like, it goes on. Like, people are fucking crazy when it comes to food.
One time, so this one chick used to come in the McDonald's drive-thru all the time, like every other day, and would like request like fresh fries and everything, and she'd always be like, "Oh, this is for my daughter who has cancer in the hospital." And I'm just like, "Okay, shit, cancer patient, whatever."
Yeah.
So I'd go and like run a fresh batch, like, so by the time she got out the window, it was like fresh fries. Did that for like a month or so, and then it turns out I knew someone who knows this bitch. And she says that at every drive-thru, and she doesn't really have a daughter who has cancer.
Just to get fresh food.
Yeah, just to get like fresh food.
Slap that bitch.
And after that, I never.
I'm sorry.
That's so fucked up.
Well, because you don't have to.
No,
you don't. You could say no.
Yeah.
You were just doing it because, like, oh yeah, like
I felt bad. Like I felt bad for this bitch, and then like after that, I was like, you getting those 6-minute old fresh fries? Like, go ahead, like have it.
That's
and
hardcore.
She'd bitch about
Society.
it.
Yeah, like that's.
She'd bitch about it. I'd be like, you deal with her, bitch. Like, like.
That's fucked
How's
up.
your daughter? Just like that'd be my first thing. Like, how's your daughter?
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
Right?
How's your daughter?
You got any pictures? I feel bad.
She's
should see what she
pretty?
looks like.
Instant body language.
Right? God, that is.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst things you can use as a like to get free food.
Like, see what I say, I'm just like, because I really don't like salt on my fries. I'll be like, hey, can I just get no salt because I don't like salt on my fries? Like, you guys oversalt the fuck. I've worked here before. You guys oversalt the fuck out of your fries. Like, fuck, I get like high blood pressure when I eat.
Hey, thanks for the bits, Go Eagles.
But, yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, that's
It's yeah, and the other thing too is like what, and maybe it is just showing like the psychopaths that we live by, but like, let's say someone orders pizza from us and it's messed up. There's two routes you can go about it. You can call them back, hey, pizza got messed up, can I get a new one? Life's gonna be great, you're gonna get new pizza. Or there's no middle ground. There's never middle ground. There's either nice or just crazy. The other one is like, hey, motherfucker, why is my pizza wrong? It's like, well, let's...
So when that motherfucker calls, you spit in his pizza and give it back to him.
It's just... I've been called everything you can think of working at a fast food place.
Same.
Like, and it's for food. I understand that you're paying for it. If it's wrong, I get it. I don't want to go somewhere and get wrong food either. I don't act a fool like some people do, but...
Please don't be a dick about it.
Yeah. Just like calling and be nice. Like, we're going to give you what you fucking want.
Just why are you going to go piss on someone's birthday cake or something like that?
Right.
Yeah. That's just,
Like
don't give them a reason to fuck with your food.
See, right. Like, they're already working at McDonald's or Domino's, working for chump-ass pay.
Yeah.
And they're probably having a shitty day sometimes. So why just shit on their day if they're having a good day?
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna come shit on their day.
Exactly.
Or if they're just having a shitty day, you're gonna make even their shittier day shittier.
Yeah. Well, and that's when you start creating the people who go and do that too. Like when you're having a shitty day and then someone comes and shits on it even more, then I'm gonna go shit on someone. It just creates this cycle.
No, like, if someone's being a dick, on the other hand, though, like if you're being nice and then they're being a dick back.
Oh well, yeah, that opens the floodgates. If I go somewhere and they're being a dick, like, hey, guess you're a dick. Go Eagle says your boy Donovan Mitchell won a ESPY award for best rookie player. Hey, that's hilarious because the ESPYs have a bigger platform than the NBA decision board. It's funny. People are really uptight about their food. Never want to mess with hungry people. Kind of true. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'll never go back to fast food. Like, just not worth it.
It's not.
Fuck that.
There's good money in it if you go the right route, but it takes a long time.
Like I said, find your groove, work your groove, stick with something because you'll make money if you work hard enough.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Like
hard work and time thing, and then you'll be good.
Any customer service job for me, I'm never going back to. Fuck that.
And to be honest, like, take advantage of your time wisely. Like, work hard, like, when you have, like, more free time than when you actually, like, later down in life. Because, like, looking back at it today, I wish I did that. But,
just do it.
Just grind.
Yeah.
Just grind. Always on the grind.
Well, then, if, like, an example like you, if you can find something that you seem to enjoy, like, the grinds are not as bad.
So the joys of my job, it's not like I enjoy cleaning up people's shit.
Right, yeah.
Like, nasty cars.
Yeah.
But I make my own schedule. I can blast my music, listen to my music. I got my own bay. I really don't have a boss. Like, I come and goes usually as I please.
Right.
And I make good money.
So that's a good part, yeah.
And so I really don't have much to complain about, but...
Yeah, I always wanted to when I was doing it. I wanted to start mobile detailing because, like, my dad owns a cleaning company. That's what this office is. But, like, one of the places they clean is, like, $1 million condos. And all these rich people pay, like, $300 to have someone come...
To, like, wipe up a mess on the floor. Like.
Well, I mean, yeah, just to mobile detail their car like that, clean up a mess. So, like... They'll spend tons of money. Like, I saw the mobile detailer doing it the one day. All he did was, like, he hooked up to the building's water supply, washed the outside of the car, and then just, like, vacuumed it, and then just, like, conditioned the inside interior for, like, $300. I was like, damn, these rich people are paying for that much? Because they're, like, super clean people. Yeah. So I always wanted
I found my new hustle.
Yeah, right? Because, like, if you look up, like, I can look online and see, like, some of those mobile detailers charge so fucking much.
Do they just advertise it as like, hey, you don't have to go take your car in
Pretty
somewhere you
much,
don't know, or
So,
something
like,
like that.
I do
pop up.
I do details, and like I try to be as competitive as
solid.
possible. So like I'll appraise it. Like I'll look at your car prior. I always say, just let me look at your car.
Right.
Because if it's clean, I'm not going to rate you a high price. And then obviously, I'm not going to rate you the lowest price possible. And you got a car that had 8 kids in it and it's never been cleaned in its entire lifetime.
So let's see what they're... See, elite.
See, what? What the...
Yeah.
What falls under Elite 700 XL?
Probably what that's just like a good detail.
Dude,
they probably wax it and...
Okay, yeah, they do like buff and polish, stuff like that. Okay.
But still,
I understand. Buff and polish, totally.
But $400 for a
And then-
small?
Yeah.
Is that
also,
accurate?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
that's
full
about
combo...
accurate. Because when you're talking about like really serious detailing, now like if you're looking at this, we're talking about like Ferrari's high-end cars. Now, depending on what kind of car you have, like, are you gonna go throw in $900 detail job or $500 detail job at a like 98 Crown Vic or something?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you can get on with like a rich place, like, or super nice condos, and then like do all their vehicles, do 2 a day.
I always recommend people like always take care of their car.
Yeah.
Like if you need to take care of your car, take care of your car, because if you don't, clear coat starts peeling.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing, is because once you start getting clear coat peeling, you kind of just have to just re-clear your car.
Yeah.
Necessarily. Well, you can like re-clear one center, but then you got uneven clear coat sometimes. And it's just it's a mess.
But yeah.
And if you just can just keep up on your car and
That's what I'm saying. Like, but those people's cars were like already clean because they do it like once a week, and they were paying that much like once a week.
Yeah, if that's once a week, oh my gosh, I would be rolling.
You only have to do one,
dude.
You could be good with one car a week. It's like, all right, but doing like they would do like 4 a day, so like
rolling in money.
You're right. Sleeping in the money. Let's see. Sale MD Shire.
They're just rolling in the money.
Hello,
Just think
Calford.
about that.
Salem.
Oh,
Salem.
that's my sister.
Oh, hello, Calford sister.
Oh my gosh, she just sent me a video.
My boy Rick Foles won an award for best championship performance. Donovan dressed swaggy as fuck. Who all is in the house tonight besides? This is Kyler. He went to Woods Cross. Graduated the year before us.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's. I think the other thing that was fucked up about high school is they don't tell you stuff like jobs that you can actually go make cash at that don't require college.
Man, they didn't give a shit about me. They're like, so military maybe.
The Army's got good benefits.
This guy just like, yo, can you give me a ride? I have gas money. I was like, I'm doing a podcast right now. He goes, so? Like, bitch.
Rude.
Speaking of military, when I was in college, this one of those recruiters came up to me because they're like standing around the campus and they're like, "Hey, come ruin your life." Just kidding. But like, he was like talking to me and everything. He's like, "Yeah, like whatever." And I didn't know like where the conversation was going. Like, like, do you want to join? I was like, whatever. And then it was like during the winter time, kind of. Well, not winter, but it was like getting cold. Cause I had like a hoodie, gloves on. Yeah. I was like, oh, whatever. And I took my gloves off, and he like saw like how many tattoos I had, like my hand one and everything. And he was like, oh, you can't have those in the military. I'm like, oh well, you can't have me then.
Alright, see ya.
Yeah, that's something I like, cause I don't plan on doing that. It's not my thing,
Yeah, some of that's dumb though, like.
The
certain tattoos, like
soon
a lot of them you can't. Now they're being more lenient now, but like they wouldn't allow anything below here.
Yeah,
for
now
a
it's
while.
the wrist up.
Yeah, because before it's like, come on, these guys are risking their lives.
So
like, they can't have a tattoo.
Yeah, and it like goes along with like, oh, I can't drink, but I can give my life for my country.
Yeah,
like, oh, what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's silly.
Yeah, it is.
I just feel like
when someone said that, I was like, wait a minute.
I can't have a beer today, but I can sign up and die if
I can sign up and take a bullet tomorrow, but I can't have a beer without going to jail.
I can't go gamble yet.
I don't understand why they don't care about
You
it.
can gamble, you just can't gamble in certain places.
Right, and in casinos, you can go gamble and then.
I know that's right.
God damn it.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's weird. I thought about it, but I got shut down pretty quick, right? Because I was thinking after high school, I was like, do I want to go toss pizza? Maybe I'll look in the military, but I'm an only child and I'm the last of my bloodline. And they were like, probably shouldn't. And I was like, all right. So, and like my parents.
I'm the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. And I was kind of like, my parents were like,
Except they didn't say probably shouldn't. They said, yeah, come on.
he
saw the dollar bill and over my head. He's like, and I was just like, yeah. And then I went to go do a physical. And I couldn't pass the physical. I broke my elbow in like junior high.
Oh shit!
I broke some bones in my arm, and they're like, yeah, nah.
Oh,
really?
Shit.
Yeah. Or arm stuff.
Huh.
Damn.
Yeah, I was talking to the guy, and he's all like, there's a lot of stuff you'd have to get passed off to ever even see, like, active duty. And I was like, you could just go do, like, clerical work. And I'm like, you want me to do clerical work in the military? It's like, that sounds awful. That sounds worse. Yeah, no. So I get yelled at to do clerical work.
I know a girl that went.
Wait, what's clerical work?
Like
a
paperwork.
Oh,
yeah.
I knew a girl that joined the Marine Corps to be an accountant in the Marine Corps.
Hey, well.
Oh, fuck that.
I was like, so you want like shitty pay to be an accountant?
So you want shitty pay to add a bunch of fucking zeros.
Right.
Perfect.
I was like, damn.
I bet accounting for the military is awful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people you gotta account for. Like, that'd be rough.
Yeah, no thank you.
Imagine the IRS, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck, tax season rolls around.
Yeah, for that goddamn military.
If you work at the IRS, you're like, fuck, it's February, fuck.
Yeah.
Time for me to,
Time for me to quit.
Hey boss, I'm taking my vacation. It's tax season. Yeah, I got time saved up. I'm taking it.
I got paid time off.
We'll see you in a month.
You know that
I've
one
been
guy
saving this up all year.
You know that one guy at your job that has all like the seniority, so he has like the prime picking like vacation.
Yeah.
Some guy at the fucking IRS with that prime vacation.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you all, motherfuckers.
See you later. Fuck this.
Seniority is such a weird thing too, because like you kind of have to respect seniority in a way, because like, if they're a hard worker, you have to respect it.
Yeah.
But so many jobs are, you have people who seniority
Just for time and not hard work.
and they're just awful workers, and it's like it's a tough thing, because like, yeah, you've been here for a long time, you dedicated your time, but if I'm doing double the work you are, how am I supposed to respect that you have seniority?
I feel that. I feel that.
But it's not like you can't, cut them down. But,
Fuck you, buddy.
it's tough. It's kind of weird. Because the first time you cut down someone who has seniority, then everyone hates you. Everyone wants you gone or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That was my last job. I was working at a call center, which don't do. Everyone listening. Unless you really just don't like yourself.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Dude, it had so many bad, like, not the job itself. The job itself was, like, shitty. Talking to people all day long about why they need to pay money. And that's not fun. But pay's good. Benefits are great. But sitting down for 8+ hours a day in a cubicle with a headset on
Sounds like hell.
It's life-giving, man.
Especially like over like for cell phones.
Yeah.
Like, I'd hate to be like in a call center for like AT&T or like
fuck
T-Mobile. Get that old lady, hello. I don't know how. Like, trying to figure out. Can you see what I'm? No, I can't see.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now, lady. Did you try turning it off and turn it back on again? Just every time.
I talked to
Put your phone in rice.
I talked to a lot of people like that. It's bad. The other thing that sucked, and this is, I can't blame it on anything but myself, but it was part of the job. So like, I'm a big guy. Prior to going to this job, I was less of a big guy. I was working out, I was down like a bunch of weight. I was working out with my friend every day, and like that job just mentally killed me. So like every day I got off, I was like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna go to bed. And then, like, over time, when you're just in a sedentary job, like, start packing on the pounds.
Me right now with construction.
Start looking like Santa Claus by next Christmas, and then you you step on a scale for the first time in like 6 months, like, Jesus Christ, like, what happened? It's just, I think there's just so many pros of doing hands-on, not sitting down work compared to sitting all day.
I get too bored.
Right.
If I was in an office, like, I feel like I'd be trapped in a cage.
That's how it feels.
I'd be that asshole in the cubicle, like, curling up balls and, like, throwing
Yeah.
paper airplanes.
Doing, like, doing a painting.
For the longest time,
bleaching your asshole.
bleaching your asshole, just mid-office.
It's like, man, he must be bored today.
I had a call all day. Why not?
Got some time. We set up those little.
I got a day after work.
Oh fuck! Now we just set up those little basketball hoops, like the little baby like cardboard ones.
Yeah.
And we would just sit there all day, just throwing shit at each other. Because like, dude, it's.
Look at that.
That is.
My sister's like, is it a? She has a gold one. So.
What? What's someone creeping up for? It's like, holy shit, that's me.
Yeah, you looked at it so confused, like, what? What's that? Like,
Someone knew your vape though from just.
I guess.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's funny.
Yeah, no. Recommendation.
Oh, really? Because I gave her mine because I didn't like it.
Oh my gosh, this thing goes through hell and back. I'm a detailer. This thing goes through water. I throw it at the ground.
See, for me, I just
Look at this thing.
All beat up and still ticking.
See, I didn't like how bulky it was. That was my problem with it.
But that's probably why it's so going.
Yeah, it's
and I don't know. It
bulky.
just felt cheap to me too. Like it didn't feel like I like
It
mods.
seems heavy duty. I don't know.
Really? Let me feel this. Why does yours feel so heavy? Mine felt
Because
so,
you gotta get the black one.
Mine felt so hollow and like.
Everyone got when you got the gold or the like chrome or stuff like that. Not all of them were metal. Most of them were like plastic, and I was like, I pulled them and I started playing with them. And you take the door off, and it was like plastic with like magnets with a metal reinforcement edges, and I'm just like,
this is really heavy. I like this because it has weight to it. I don't know why.
see, this is another good one. See, this is something like you could throw at a wall and it probably still work.
Hit someone with.
Yeah, you definitely a weapon, bro. Like, definitely a weapon. Definitely a weapon.
You guys tried those jewels yet?
I want one so bad, but my friend says she goes through like the little cartridges in like a day. So
Yeah,
like,
they're expensive as
They're
fuck.
expensive.
I don't want to spend $20 on
So-
4 if I'm gonna go through them one day. Like
I'm seeing like everyone gave me shit, so much shit. When I quit smoking and switched to this. Everyone gave me so much shit over that, and like, oh, you're being like, oh, bro, vape, bro. Yeah. And I was just like,
Fucking yes.
yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was just like, okay, and now this whole cult of like concealed vaping, and I think it's just making it, trying to like present it to younger kids, and like, you know what, if you're younger, my advice, you don't do it.
Don't smoke, period, because it's a trap.
Don't. It is a fucking trap. Like, if you knew the amount of money I've spent on cigarettes and like e-juice in my life, like
A lot.
I can pay off my debt.
Yeah, I could buy a new car.
Fuck
well,
yeah.
and like I think that was the thing too, is like, you know, because I see a lot of high school kids who have vapes who get them from, you know, older brothers.
Dude, it's
My
so,
sister.
it's so stupid. I know you're trying to fit in and be cool,
but it's a what do they call it? Rabbit hole.
Slippery slope.
Slippery slope, because like you might want to look cool at school or whatever because you got a vape, but like then like 6 months down the road you look and you're like, oh shit, I actually like kind of hooked on this thing.
So yeah, when I see people that are like under the age of like when they're in high school with a vape, I look. Sorry.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't.
Sorry, if you're under the age, no hate. You know, no hate. Just dumb idea.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Not worth it. It really is.
I wish I never smoked one cigarette.
It is.
I wish I smoked more.
Just kidding. It is a consistent battle. Like if I don't, dude, even people at work call this my pacifier. If I don't have this, they know I'm ready to rip a motherfucker's head off.
Right.
Like, you know. Like.
Yeah, it sucks. I quit cigarettes again for like the 4th attempt here now, and then I just went and bought a pack like last week, and then Forrest started smoking them again with me.
Yeah, but cigarettes have never been really a problem for me. I can stop. Beer, though, on the other hand, the booze. That's my problem.
Yeah,
I had a problem with the booze. I had to stop.
Yeah.
I got too bad.
Oh, shit. I
Started waking up in places where you just when
done
you
that
wake
too.
up in places where you don't know where you are, and you're just like,
Yep.
Not fun. I woke up naked in an attic one time with a Wendy's apron.
who put you up in an attic with a Wendy's apron? That's my question. Who
was like
put you up
5
in an
people
attic
there.
with a Wendy's apron?
Whole bunch of them, and then they took my clothes and then left me only a Wendy's apron. So I woke up on like some shitty mattress and like with only they left me a water bottle, which was cool, but so I was like, I just woke up, I was like, what
The extent people go to prank on people is incredible.
Yeah, it was very confusing. So it worked. I was just like, where are my fucking clothes? Why? What is going
I
on?
thought I was a crazy party animal. Fuck.
There was a lot of times that I stopped drinking after I woke up once in someone's house naked and didn't know who she was and wasn't too appreciative of who I decided to get a hold of, because sober me would have not have made that judgment call. But I just wish that, because I was pretty fucked up that night, I wish there would have been like a recording. I don't even know if who was there. It was at Brock's house.
Yeah.
I wish someone would have recorded like that scenario of me telling someone that I guess I was leaving.
I don't know who you told. I just remember looking out the window and I was like, hey, Wes is getting in the car right now. And then, I don't know, I was just like, I think I told Chandler something, I was like, hey, do you know where he's going? And then you just see you walk out, get in someone's car and drive away, and I was like,
Yeah,
he
that
just
was
left.
bad.
Do you guys know where he's going?
That's for anyone listening, that's on our Patreon. That's an exclusive story, but needless to say, the person whose house I ended up at, don't know who she is, still don't. And if you've ever seen Norbit and know who Respucia is,
That's me.
that's your closest bet of what I woke up to.
Oh god, that's fucking hilarious.
I've had it was just the thing that got me was actually was a friend who, this is like the whole thing of me like sticking away from alcohol and just a lot of drugs in general, just trying not to experimenting with a lot of things. I had a friend who was drinking and messing with Zans, and he got robbed like 3 times.
Oh, fuck.
And lost like $3 or $4 grand. And I looked at drinking that way, and I was like, man, like I'm passing out and stuff like that. What if I lose? You know, like
Right.
at the time I had a car. You know.
It could have been.
It
Could have put you back who knows how much. And
It could
then,
have been so much worse. And like, now it's just like, I look at it and it could put you in this. Man, I woke up
Bad
too many
spot.
places.
Right.
Just too many places, too many bad nightmares. Like, I'm sure you had yours where you just were like, holy shit.
Well, and then on the other side of things too, like, there's been a couple people in Davis County specifically, rest in peace to them, who happened to take something and it was with that fentanyl shit and killed them, and that's...
Yeah, rest in peace to...
Yeah. That's real shit, like,
Like,
that's scary.
It's real shit, like, especially when you see, like, even just people that are social media icons, like Lil Peep and stuff like that.
It's scary stuff that...
My mom was calling me. Hold up.
Lil Peep is just... That's, like... And that's why I say, like, if it's not green, it's mean.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm for it. Like, I don't know how you guys stand on cannabis.
For sure.
Medical
Absolutely.
cannabis for Utah.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely for
For sure.
110%.
Like, I don't want to
110%.
smoke, but, like, I don't...
Because
It's one thing that, like, Dude, who gives a fuck if people are like
booze
is legal?
There's some
right.
This man.
Yeah.
So I was like I was telling someone earlier, it was just like the worst thing a stoner's gonna do is destroy a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about it. Yeah,
like, dude, the worst case scenario, the stoner takes his bag of Cheetos, falls asleep on the couch.
Yeah, it's like,
it doesn't do anything.
Right?
Plays some video
laughs
games.
real hard, maybe.
Well, and we all are very, I imagine we've all partied with lots of people who drink and like seen the wide range of what alcohol can do to someone. Now, we've all probably been to parties and hung out with people who smoke. There's not really that wide of a range of what's going to happen with stoners. Like,
absolutely not.
Giggle, watch a movie, eat some food, maybe make some music. Like, it's just always chill. Like, very rarely have I gone to a party where everyone's high and it's like high tension. People are pissed or like acting rowdy. It's weed. What? It's just, it makes it calm. I don't know. Especially at home, like, if you want to go home and smoke, mind your fucking business, like, do what you want to do. And then, why is that illegal? Why do I gotta hide it? Why do I gotta worry about it?
The big problem I have is, like, because I'm entering the medical marijuana field as, like, my profession. That's what I'm trying to finish school for. Yeah. Is I see a problem denying someone medication that can benefit.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
A big problem. Okay? And it's not because you just don't want them to have it. You just don't want them to have that. You want them to have your shit, not their shit, your shit. Yeah. Because you want the money, not them. Yeah. And I look at it and I was like, man, just fucking legalize it and just sell it out of a store and tax it. You know how much fucking money we'd make?
Yeah, right. We got enough votes in Utah to keep it on the ballot. So everyone, November 7th, go vote.
Yeah, vote for that stuff, please. It's a joke. Actually, speaking of which, I was a medical patient in Nevada. This is something that I was going to show you. Oh, I don't have my Nevada driver's license, but it's crazy. They look exactly the fucking same. So the brown part where it says medical marijuana patient would be blue and say Nevada.
Oh, so it's like the same, but it's
exactly the same.
That's hilarious.
See, and I'm on board with you. Like, and me and Forrest were talking about another thing.
This is a card for medical marijuana.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, that's the medical marijuana card for Nevada.
Oh, it even has that thing that all the IDs have. That's so weird.
Yep.
An authentic
so cool.
marijuana card. Yeah. Now, I agree with you though. Like it, and I think what it boils down to is the fact that big pharmacy has so much money and they have their hands tied around everything, right? Voting and everything.
I also think it's a joke that any law enforcement is going after anyone associated with weed. You're going after people,
especially
with
small
like,
stuff.
I just look at you and I think you're such a, and idiot. I don't. No offense to law enforcement, you're going after someone that has weed, bro. You're a pussy.
Yeah. Well, because it's weed.
It's weed.
He's probably going home
especially
just to
like
smoke
a
it.
2,000 joint.
Like, it's weed. Just leave any weed. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. If you pull over someone that has like 10 pounds and they also got some coke and like some other shit, yeah, you might want to see what they got.
You're about to have a good night.
Right. You pull.
I'm gonna go home with you tonight.
Right. He's like, hey, I'm not gonna arrest you, but can I get your address?
Where's the party?
Yeah, where's the party going?
But you pull over someone who's got like a bag that's obviously for personal use.
What is this? What do you got in here?
Are you selling this to the people?
If you got someone that is like legitimately like a reasonable amount, and everyone calls me and say you're fucking ridiculous thinking this is a really reasonable amount, a pound.
Yeah.
Under a pound. Do it like California.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do it like California.
Yeah.
Or do it like Colorado has it kind of a little bended, a little weird. But I say do it like California.
Yeah.
And take everyone's laws and mix all the ones together and just even wreck it too, because this state, our economy's doing so well now.
Oh man,
throw this at it, bro.
Huge.
Pay for schools, everything.
Yeah.
Bro, we would be flying. We would be the best rolling state in the entire country.
Absolutely.
By far.
We'd be ahead. Like we would be right next to California, Washington.
California is buried in debt.
Oh, are they? I thought California was doing good. Fuck, who's up there right now? Washington?
I don't want to say anyone, but like a lot. Well, California probably dug themselves out by legalizing, because that shit. Nevada's done quite a bit too.
Yeah.
Leveling their debt. Utah just has a law where we can't spend more than we intake.
Yeah.
And
which is
thank goodness we have that because our state has a budget, and so our state's not in debt.
Right. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a smart way to do it.
And that enables our economy to not go to the shits.
What I think's weird about that too is a lot of people who've never left Utah don't realize how good we actually do have it here. Because, a lot of things that we take for granted are real problems, in cities. Like, for example, I've talked about it on here before, but a couple summers ago, I went to Texas for a job, and we stopped. Me and a couple friends drove there and stopped in Colorado and stopped a couple other places. It's pretty bad in a lot of places for, homeless. Okay. We have a homeless problem here, or at least what the news says is a homeless problem. We don't have a homeless problem compared to other places.
No way, Seattle, they just live in the side of the freeway.
Yeah.
They call it Tent City.
Come to Vegas.
Right, Vegas, I'm sure has got it. I was in downtown Colorado, and I saw more dudes with their dicks out just twacked out of the time than I could fucking count.
Damn, those guys are having a jolly time.
They're having a great day, but it wasn't great for me to walk past the huge public Denver library and see this dude with his big wing in his hand. I was like, damn, what you doing? He was speaking gibberish. He was talking to the devil.
Nice dick, but could you get out of here?
Yeah. But to be honest, our economy and this whole heroin epidemic that we're having here, can I be honest? It's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Not compared to other states.
The way just this state is handling it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I made a post just the other day, and I just said something that just law enforcement and just the state in general, just lawmakers, anyone listening to this, you're handling it like a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is I see people handing out clean needles.
What?
They had a program to hand out for you to come turn in your dirty needles to get clean needles in return.
Yeah.
They're gonna be dirty.
I understand you're trying to prevent the spread of diseases.
But
there's a choice there's a choice behind it, and there's consequences behind it.
Mm.
So the minute you stick that shit into your arm, you accept everything of it.
So going off of that, we had this discussion a couple podcasts ago. Where do you guys sit on why did I just lose my train of thought? Addiction being a disease or not? Because I'm right on the middle. I have yet to form an opinion, but when I see people who sadly fall down the path of harder drugs, saying that their addiction to that drug is a disease and not a choice, I kind of feel.
So I got you on that.
Yeah.
So I've seen people bunch of generations, and I say it's a disease when you are like a meth baby or a coke baby or a heroin baby. Or even an alcohol baby, you know what I mean? Which, to mothers that do that stuff is, I'm not going to make a comment.
Yeah, they already know, I think.
I'm not going to make a comment. But to sort the end of the story out is, it's harder for those people, it's a disease.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were just a genuine and you're like, hey, I just want to throw H in my arm, or I just want to go smoke heroin,
yeah,
I want to go smoke crystal, that's your choice.
Yeah.
I do not feel bad. It is not a disease. That was an addiction that you brought on. It is addictive.
Right, because I think smoking cigarettes, it can be it's definitely addictive. I don't say that addiction that I may or may not have for cigarettes is a disease.
Why not? Maybe you get some nice
messages online.
Yeah, I'm sick.
Well, and I feel bad because I know people who actually do have real diseases and struggle, and I just don't know, where do you sit on it?
I don't know. Like, I guess it can be a disease when it becomes, like, too far of it, like, an extent, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I feel like if you just, like, tried it and then, like, never did it again, like, it's, like, whatever.
Right.
Because I have friends who've tried heroin, they were like, didn't like it, wasn't for me. Because you know how they say, oh, you try it one time, you're addicted instantly. Like, I don't believe that, because I have friends that literally have done it once, and they're like,
right,
didn't like it, and I was like, well, fuck. That's so casual, just be like, yeah, I tried heroin once, didn't
so
like it. Yeah. But I don't know where I sit on it.
It's a tough one.
I don't really care about it, to be honest.
With this whole fentanyl floating around.
That's fucked up.
I hope it scares people out of the shit.
Oh, absolutely.
I really did. Because it's not worth your life.
It's in everything now too. They said 50% of the coke supply in California right now is fentanyl laced.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a weird thing to put it in, but yeah, it's.
What are you doing putting fentanyl in coke?
Is it addictive?
It's a downer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a downer.
That's what I'm saying.
So why are you putting it in coke?
Because that's kind of how they make China white, but like just straight up coke.
Oh, okay.
But like just straight up coke though is like ridiculous to put it in. That's what I'm saying. Like who's putting it in here? Like are they like the government's like stick it in there? Like,
Wait, so if I do, right.
Let's get rid of some of them.
So if I do coke that has fentanyl in it, am I just gonna feel normal? Is it gonna burn it downer? Like,
no.
What's the point of
It'll
doing it?
fuck you up even more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a heart attack or something.
Yeah, I'd probably have a heart attack.
Yeah, I agree with you. Though.
Fentanyl
It just
is,
does nothing. Just
Right.
even.
Fentanyl is crazy and dangerous, and you know what? That just a little bit of it.
Yeah, they have to like. Yeah, like they go in the rooms and bleed.
Dude,
like the cops are going in the rooms, like breathing in, like in the air, and like overdosing in some of them.
And like I'll say this to every person out there that like, I don't know, people that mess with Xanax or anything like that. Stay away from that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like everything. Like
No.
everything, it's not worth. Especially now, people are lacing it just to make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and get you more hooked.
Especially
yeah,
when you
so
don't know what you're fucking
so
doing.
that you can keep bringing them money, so that you can keep fucking your life.
Yeah.
What's that thing that you were talking about where it's just a bunch of shit compressed into one little
The
pill?
pressies.
Yeah, the pressies. That's another thing that people are just doing to do.
But yeah, they usually they call it that and you know it because it's usually like ecstasy pressy. It's like 10% MDMA, heroin, coke, something just pushed together, and then.
What is fentanyl used for in like the medical field? Because it's a medical item, correct?
I have no clue.
I think it's
I don't know if it is or not. I know it's synthetic. I know it's whipped up in a lab.
I think they
Right.
use
That
it
is
for.
sure.
I don't know if it's pain reliever. I'm not. Let me
I
look
think
it
it is.
It is a
pain
pain. It is an opioid.
So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think it's just like because I know you can get patches, fentanyl patches. Because I heard people's stories, like people like taking the stuff out of the patches.
No,
It's like a gel.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's just. I think it's what they give you if you have like a severe surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What do you think of these kids and these Tide Pods that like?
Fucking idiots.
I'm seeing the same shit when I see people like with Xanax. And I'm like, man, that shit might be laced with fentanyl. And then I'm seeing kids over here eating Tide Pods, and I'm just like,
I hope that's just due.
That one
bad
dude smoked a
parenting.
Tide Pod out of his dab rig.
Oh yeah.
What?
I saw that shit. Yeah.
what?
He was dying, but it was hilarious. Sucks for that guy, but
Who do we have on that put a Tide Pod in their mouth? Was it Diego?
yeah.
Fucking idiot. Diego, I love you, but don't do that shit. Don't follow the memes to be cool. Yeah, because, like, we're all close to the same age. You're a couple years younger than us, Calford.
Yeah.
But I don't remember shit like this growing up, like, at that level. I remember the eraser thing. Do you remember that? Like, kids would put the eraser. in
Oh
their-
yeah, I probably still have a couple.
Yeah.
scars
I got
from
one.
that.
I got one. They're gone.
Yeah, I remember that shit, but that wasn't. I guess it was kind of weird, but I don't remember shit like Tide Pod type stuff when we were younger.
Yeah, to the fucking. I thought, hey, I'm just gonna go munch on a fucking Tide Pod.
I love laundry detergent.
Did you see how much money they made? I thought that was funny. It was a meme, and then they released some statement saying that their revenue like skyrocketed for like 3 months. I
Damn.
was like, so kids are legit just going to the stores and buying Tide Pods. Like,
Eating Tide Pods.
ugh.
Fucking idiots.
What they'll do to get high, bro.
Kids, just smoke weed. Like, if you're gonna do anything, just smoke weed.
If you do drugs, smoke weed. That's for sure.
It's not gonna.
And
kill you.
I don't hate. That's another thing I want to touch on. I hate when people like I just did it myself. they classify weed as a drug.
Yeah.
It's not a drug.
Right. It's a plant.
It's a plant. It grows out the fucking ground.
Where do you sit on other natural stuff like mushrooms or
mushrooms, stuff
ayahuasca,
like that?
Things like that?
I'm not opposed to it, but I don't mess with it.
Yeah.
Peyote.
Yeah. GABA, stuff like that. Because I like the natural
So no,
stuff.
but then people throw that question out, like when you said the plant, it's a plant. People say, well, what about the opium plant, the poppy seed plant? I'm like, wait, shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but then I think about it. I'm like, wait, it just doesn't come out of the plant. Just
no,
like,
it's heavily.
like we're chopping the plant and just
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, just yours like, I smoke this.
I heard someone saying like, well, cocaine's a plant, and I'm like,
You're like, bitch.
I'm like, okay, you're a little lost on what you think cocaine is. It is not just ground down plant into white. Like, the root of cocaine is a plant. But if you want to watch how they make it, you're not going to want to be putting that up your nose too often. But disagree.
Ground down plant.
Yeah.
I saw that.
The white powder.
I saw someone saying that. They're like, everyone's talking about weed's just a plant. Well, cocaine's a plant, so it should be fine. I'm like,
damn, you don't know your shit, bud.
did you see what's the cook dude who yells at everyone who's super famous?
Bobby Flay. No.
Not Super
Hell's
Chef
Kitchen.
Bobby Flay. Yeah, Hell's Kitchen guy.
Chef Ramsay.
Yeah, Ramsay. So he has this little like weird online documentary thing, and he actually went to Colombia and I don't know how he got the connects or what the scenario was for him to be able to do this. He went to somewhere to watch the process of cocaine being made.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting to watch because like the guy didn't speak a lick of English and he had a translator, but the dude just like showed him every step. And like, you know, he's in this big box full of the plants and he's stepping on it, motioning it down. And then the other, I can't remember the other process, but one of them was like, it has to sit in a vat of gasoline for 12 hours. Diesel fuel, yeah.
And oh my gosh.
Like all this shit.
The crazy shit they put in to make crazy shit.
Yeah.
But it's just like, seeing that, like interviews with like that, people going to like make cocaine and stuff like that. What really threw me off was the interview with El Chapo.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, when that thing got out, like it was after he got captured, that's when it got released, after he got captured. But they got an interview with him. Motherfucker he escaped from prison twice, right?
Yeah. They did a tunnel he could just drive out.
Once in a laundry basket, bro, okay? Okay, in a laundry basket. That's like so like 90s movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did it in the 90s, like totally works.
I think they just picked him up on a motorcycle and drove him through a tunnel the second one.
Yeah.
So, second one, they bought like a little house, I guess, and then dug a hole in a mile fucking tunnel.
Yeah.
And then they dug up into a shower cell.
Yeah.
Bro, they spent like $1 million. They estimated like they spent like $1 million on this fucking tunnel. And they had like a little fucking motorcycle at the bottom of the tunnel, like on a railroad.
Yeah.
Bro, just to excel them down it quicker so they can get the fuck out of there. Like, that was total, like, OG, like, deuces.
Yeah.
I heard the first time, I thought this was wild too. The first time he went to prison, before, like, because he knew he was going to go to prison, so he bought the prison.
So it was like his own house, and then he hated it, though.
Yeah, and
he was flying in stripper hookers.
Yeah, like, it wasn't just a prison where he was sitting there, like, all day. Like, it was his place, and they were, like, partying every day, and, like, he just couldn't leave because it was prison. But, like, all the guards and everyone was like, oh, he's bringing in hookers and drugs and all this shit. And everyone was just, like, partying all the time. But he hated it because
he was stuck in one place. So he was like, all right, see, I'm out.
And then that's when he escaped.
Total, like, Pablo Escobar. Right
there. Pablo Escobar is wild, too.
Yeah, that dude be wild. That dude was wild, dude.
They got the new...
Made his own fucking jail, just like hookers. Everything just come to him. He's like, screw it. Just lock me in a cage.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Maybe
it was Pablo Escobar that did that.
It wasn't El Chapo, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, Escobar was a...
Escobar was an OG.
Yeah, I got the two mixed up.
El Chapo, though, like, that is crazy, just getting dug down a tunnel.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, sounds like a movie. It sounds fake.
You didn't think that... When I saw that pop up in the news, I was on a bus on the way to work when I was living in Vegas, and that's the easiest way to travel around town, by the way. in Vegas because one, Vegas is just so widespread. Two, buses there are actually really cheap.
Oh,
really cheap, really cheap to travel. Like a 30-day bus pass was like $25.
Oh yeah.
wow.
Yeah, fuck that. That's way better than gas or.
Yeah,
Better
you're
than my
saving money.
14 miles to the gallon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, I was taking the bus. What was I saying?
About El Chapo.
Oh, Chapo. I saw that shit pop up on my phone, and I was just sitting there reading it, and I go, "Oh hell no!" And just someone right next to me said the same thing at the same time. It was like, "Oh hell no!" I look over, and it's this all tatted up banger, and I look at him, and I was like, "You see El Chapo got
Yeah.
out of prison?" He goes, looks down at his phone. He goes, "Yep."
Yep.
And it just did, like, it just rang. Like, it was like, it had to have been like 9:30 in the morning.
Damn.
That's crazy.
9:30 in the morning when it came public. It just like went off. Like, I was just like, no way.
That's so
There's-
fucking crazy.
There's a new documentary coming out that I'm interested in. It was Pablo Escobar's, like, one of his right-hand man, the dude who killed
Yeah.
more
his
people or
assassin?
something.
Yeah, he did his 25 years and got out.
Yeah.
Colombia has a 25-year law. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why I don't see why Pablo didn't just like say fuck it, just lock himself up for 25 years.
Yeah.
Because I think, well, back, I guess, I don't know how it is today, but back then the reason why is they only did 25 years. That was the maximum sentence. You couldn't do life. You couldn't get
Right.
the death penalty. It was 25 years in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's so wild.
someone should really go down there and be like, yeah, maybe if anyone shouldn't get out of jail, it's this guy. 'Cause, how many people did they say he killed? It's like 1,000 plus or something like that.
I can't remember. It was a lot though.
Yeah.
Lot.
I watched a snippet of it, and I guess they were asking him, like, because I guess that was the big thing, is the loyalty between, you know, Escobar and all of his main dudes. Like, it was crazy. They asked him, like, would you...
That was his number one dude.
Yeah. They asked him, like, if you would have killed your dad, and the guy's all like, if Escobar asked me, I'd have done it in a heartbeat. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
But then if you look at it, do you realize, like, the bath of money that fool was sitting?
Oh,
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Like, imagine if you had that kind of money.
I can't
What would you do?
What
would you
fathom
do?
Later,
Escobar.
Pa.
Right? How much? What was his heyday like? He was making like 500 grand every like couple hours at his peak.
So at his
I don't know,
peak,
man.
he was like, I'd have to look it up.
It was something outrageous like that.
He was in the top 10 of the Forbes.
Yeah,
And that's talking like off of drug money, bro.
Yeah.
and it was
balling with people that own multi-million-dollar corporations.
right, and it was a short time period from like nothing to that. It wasn't like this long, drawn out 20-year process. He was like rich in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he blew up quick.
I really can't fathom that kind of money.
But
like,
he
if
was
I had
like,
it.
the reason why he blew up is because he was known to like how brutal he was.
Mm.
He was like, he was a person like if you crossed him, he would put a bullet in you, no
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, he would just be,
He
"All
didn't
right."
care, and that's why his bodyguard had so many bodies on his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like,
Pablo said he'd kill that motherfucker.
See ya.
And that guy would be like, how many
Boom,
times?
boom.
Yeah.
How many times you want me to shoot him? And no, I can't imagine having
No,
that
See, but
type of money.
he got to the point where he was so like buried in this shit and so into it that he was like he took down an airplane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's when he took down the airplane. That's when the U.S. said, "Fuck it, we're gonna get involved." When he started that, because like they considered that terrorism.
Yeah.
Right.
You know us. We always got to stick our nose in something.
Yeah.
We can't just mind our business.
On drugs, my dad was watching this video earlier on YouTube. It was just these two kids, and they just do drugs like for educational on YouTube, and it's paid for by the Holland government.
Oh, what?
So they're just doing drugs paid for by Holland, but they were making the Reddit community called them out. Apparently, my dad was telling me all about it. They were like doing just everything. Like the one they were doing acid, and they were just talking about how it tastes bad, and then everyone on Reddit's like, "That's not acid if you can taste it." And then so they're like, "You're gonna get like the government's paying for like this false information." They're like, but yeah, they're just getting paid to do drugs by the Holland government.
Weird.
They had 1.6 million subscribers on YouTube.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't
Just doing drugs.
I couldn't fathom getting paid money like that.
Yeah, no way.
What would you guys do?
Call everyone peasants and go,
Throw money. Like tomorrow, you walk out to your mailbox or whatever,
"Grandma, suck my dick."
right? And there's just a check for like 50 million. It's like, hey, I was your long lost relative. I'm gonna pass away.
Like Mr. Deeds?
Yeah, Mr. Deeds type shit. And then you just have a $50 million check that you can just do.
Dude, you can't spend that much.
That's what I'm saying. What would you do? I don't even know what I would do.
I would make a goal to spend it all.
Right? A goal to spend
I could spend it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I could spend it real quick.
$51 million jets, please.
Jets.
But just think about it. If you realize that $50 million can go really quick, because think about it, you buy $1 million house, all right, now you're down to 49, but then you buy that car, then you buy this,
Yeah.
then you buy that, then you buy this, but you get that $50 million, Uncle Sam's up there saying, hey, where's my cut?
Yeah.
Right.
So...
Yeah, I would just buy some businesses or something.
Yeah, I would invest.
Keep it rolling.
I would invest. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Throw
I'd
it
be
all.
stoked though.
Throw it all at once, something.
Right.
I'd be a dick. No, I wouldn't really, but just a dick to people I don't like. I would like to, help people out, like some hardworking dude, he's struggling for his family. I'm like, hey, here's $500,000. That's a life-changing money for that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I would buy
love
superpowers.
Buy superpowers. Well, there's all that shit now where they're talking
Iron
about
Man suit.
be the next Tony Stark. There's shit now where people are able to change their genomes in their body, and then also when women are pregnant, they can change the genetics of the baby.
Yeah, they were doing like designer babies, like what color eyes they want to do and shit.
So it's for the super wealth. They can like pick out. I saw one where it was a super rich family, and they used to be like big athletes or whatever. So when it was in the embryo or whatever, they were changing it. So this kid's gonna come out, and he's just gonna be a behemoth of a fucking athlete.
Damn.
Like,
so they're just gonna start making sports players.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're gonna start birthing sports player. A gorilla pops out.
Dude, that's what it sounded like. I don't know how like the birthing process, if it's really gonna come out like a big baby.
Yeah,
it's just like this fucking like
this
a grown man comes out.
Hey, which team am I playing for?
This baby pops out full 6-pack pegs.
Right. But no, they say that, like, I can't remember, it was really weird, and it was super scientific, all the words he was using, so it was way over my head, but they said that when this kid becomes a little bit older, he'll have the advantage of like, the structure of his body will be, like, 100 times higher and more effective than anyone at the time, like, who's around him. So when he's 10 years old, he'll be 100 times more strong, muscular, and able-bodied than everyone else who's 10 at the time. And I was like, so
that guy reminds me of me.
Why are we allowing that? It seems a little fishy, doesn't it? Like you're basically turning your kid into whatever you want it to be.
I think it's...
I hope the kid comes out and he hates sports. He just can't.
Oh, it's gay.
Right? That would be so good. Thought you had a crown on. No, it's a hat. It's just green. I forgot. I didn't even think about it.
I noticed that earlier when it was like a solar flare. Your head was like a sun.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa.
I've been watching so many superhero movies in the last 4 months. I'm just like, oh, I love superheroes.
Who's your favorite?
I don't know. I'm stuck between what the fuck was his name from one of the X-Men movies?
Wolverine?
He was the guy that could shoot lasers out of his hands. I don't fucking remember what movie it was.
I don't know.
It was from one of the newer ones, recent ones that because you know how there's a million X-Men movies.
Probably didn't see it.
Yeah, I haven't really. I've just been watching the clips online.
I'm way behind on my movies in general,
Yeah,
especially
me
superhero movies.
I just watched
Me too.
Incredibles 2 for the third time today.
I heard a lot of people didn't like it. So is it good?
I love it. Fuck,
Yeah.
if I watch it three times by myself, I like it.
I thought you were just really into Elastigirl.
Oh, I mean,
The extra thick.
literally, I'm damn. I feel like she got extra thick in this one. Dude, literally, her ass is so huge in this movie. I'm I watched the first one the other day, and I was her ass is not that big. In that first one,
They just did it because of the memes.
no, literally. But
Yeah.
no, I like that when have you seen the new one?
I haven't seen the new one yet.
I don't want to say anything.
Damn, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah,
I saw a thing because they're because if you watch, I guess the lady or Elastigirl talks out the side of her mouth, kind of like that.
Yeah.
I guess it's because the actress the voice actress for it is deaf in one ear, so that's how she talks.
Oh, I thought she just had a lisp.
So
That's kinda
they,
what I thought too.
I was just reading a thing about it. It says she's deaf in 1 year, so she talks out the side of her mouth like that she hears out of, and so they said that's why Elastigirl does it. I was like, that's kind of cool they did that.
I think she's the same. Don't quote me on this, but I think she's the same lady from Hannibal, the original Hannibal. I think she was the investigator, Clarice or whatever.
Elastigirl, baby. I should just do the Incredibles cast. That may be a little easier.
Oh, she's extra.
She
extra thick this movie.
But no, the second one. Watch the second movie. She's extra thick. Like, she's thick with 3 C's in there. The new movie.
Holy
Jason Lee plays Syndrome.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, it makes sense now. This lady.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
Is there
that's not
IMDb
her.
there? Second one.
I was just looking over here.
Uh-oh.
She was in Dawn of Superman, apparently.
I wonder who I'm thinking of then.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Is it Jamie Lee
I
Curtis?
think so.
Oh, fuck. Man. I don't know my people.
I've never seen any of these movies besides that. So, yeah, I don't know.
I like Violet's powers. That's
What does she do again?
the invisibility.
Yeah.
And does he have a shield?
Yeah, that's like so cool. Man, I don't know why it's so fascinating, but all the other powers, I'm like, whatever.
You know
There's a new superhero in the second one. It's so cool. She can create little windows, like, and go to like other dimensions. You just gotta watch it, like.
She's like, I'm gonna go through here.
No, literally, like I recorded the movie on my phone. You want to see it? I'll show you a little snippet.
Post it on Pirate Bay.
Yeah, like the first one's like 25 minutes. The second one's like a 45-minute video.
Oh, damn.
I just sat there with my phone, just like watching the movie.
Damn, did you watch it? Do you ever watch your video of it?
What?
Do you watch your own video of it later?
Yeah. But I can't explain the fucking superhero. Hold up.
That's so funny.
She can oh fuck, it's so hard to explain. What?
I was gonna say I love that all the characters in the movie are just names of what they do. Like Violet's because Violet Ray and Dash. Dash is pretty.
He's a fast guy.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Elastigirl, I mean, obviously.
A little stretchy, so she can make herself thick. She's like, getting that fat ass today.
Right.
I hope I don't get in trouble for I
Man.
pirated this movie.
She's like, her husband's like, hey, Mr. Curls, your boobs are kind of small.
Right. Oh, are they?
Just like that lady that breaks watermelons with her
That
tits.
shit's fucking wild.
I found out.
So she's like Elastigirl, her boots right.
This is what the new superhero can do. She can walk through just make portals and
Damn, just like the game Portal.
That'd be real annoying. Oh, she's catching the work though.
yeah, this is my favorite scene.
Damn, you filmed it pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
You filmed the whole movie?
Wait a minute, can you send that over? I'm gonna watch Incredibles 2 tonight.
I tried airdropping to my iPad so I could watch it on the bigger screen, but it was too big. The
Yeah.
iPad doesn't have storage. Fuck.
Damn.
I went to deleting apps and it still was wouldn't fit. And I was like, damn it.
Might have to have an Incredibles 2 viewing party here.
I know, right?
The TV.
The green screen,
Right?
God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I always fall behind on my movies, and then I
See, yeah, so do I. When I saw that preview for that movie, I was like, I'm watching that shit.
Right. There's a lot of movies I'm like, oh, I want to go see that, and then
I always say that.
just forget about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go see that.
Even when they come out on DVD, I never watch it.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I never have time to.
I need to catch up on some. There's so many movies I probably forgot about that came out
Me
that I
too.
wanted to see.
Hey, the auto host. Thanks, Skip Top.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to see the Han Solo movie still.
Me too.
I still haven't seen that. I mean, just kind of want Star Wars, but
Yeah.
I didn't even go see the new Marvel movie either.
The
Avengers.
something Wars, Infinity Wars.
Yeah, Infinity Wars. I didn't go see that.
I did a quick fast forward on the pirated Bay version.
Yeah.
'Cause I just want to know what happened.
I don't know, with like the Marvel movies though, like those super movies, I feel like they just keep coming out with sequel after sequel after sequel. Then I just lost interest. I'm like, fuck this.
There's
like,
so many that came out, like, and I didn't catch up.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up. I'm so far behind, I can't catch up.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
it's.
I've seen less than I've seen.
Right.
Yeah, like I haven't seen more.
Yeah,
Than I've seen.
And it sucks too, because like the movies are good movies, like they're like done well, but it's still just like superheroes getting bad guys. Like I need to see one where it's just fucking messed up, like the villain just murders. And
See, my favorite thing is just the Hulk, because I like seeing him ragdoll.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the best scenes. Yeah.
Hulk's a guy. My favorite is they were talking about it on, was it Joe? One of the podcasts, like, because it was just a nerdy guy that got mad, and he's like makes all his nerds feel good.
Oh wow.
Everyone's talking about that new Ant-Man and Wasp or whatever is like a really good movie.
Really?
That was the character that I had the hardest time getting behind, because I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Ant-Man.
The whole idea, I was like,
I just like it because it's Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
And I like him, so.
I was just like, oh, so it's a suit that you can shrink and you can actually control ants. I was like, it's kind of weird. And then I watched the first movie and I was like, all right, it's not that bad. I see how they did this, but I don't know. Just don't get into action movies much.
The movies in general are just, there's so many of them coming out, just boom, 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 and I'm just like, wait, hold up.
Well, and a lot of them look the same. Like on Monday, me and him were watching trailers on the stream, and like 8 movies all looked exactly like the same movie.
Because like I was fast forwarding, I was like, this looks boring, and I fast forward, I was like, is this the same trailer? Like, what are we watching? But yeah.
And like TV shows are getting that way too. Like I can only keep up with like the couple TV shows I like, and then there's like 90 other ones that all look fucking good. I'm like, how am I supposed to watch all this? Like I wanted to watch the one that had Jon Snow in it. It's like, I think it's called like Gunpowder or something like that.
Yeah.
That shit looks crazy.
You guys want to go 20 more minutes? Does that work with you guys?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do a full 2 hours.
Yeah, I'll do 2 hours. But yeah, I don't know. I want to see that one too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Plus, like podcasts are big now.
Yeah. Twitch is blowing up. YouTube.
Fucking
YouTube is taking over, dude.
yeah, it is.
That shit was nuts. I remember looking at all these people making YouTube kids. I'm like, you're a joke. You ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah, then also
3 years later, same thing with fucking Bitcoin too.
Yeah,
dude, I kicked my ass in the Bitcoin because I remember like being interested in seeing people talk about the dark net. So it's just like, all right, let's see what this is all about. And I just go there just to see what's there. It's not illegal to go look.
Yeah,
it's there.
Yeah.
So I went and looked, and I saw the prices of Bitcoin, and I was like, oh, I saw it at like $383.
Yeah.
Like, all right. And I saw it like 9 months later, and it was $1,200. And it stayed like that for a year, like $1,200. And I was like, oh man, I should invest in this one day. And then like after I said that, like 3 or 4 months later, it was when that whole Bitcoin just skyrocketed.
Yeah.
It was right when the federal government shut down 2 of the websites.
Yeah.
Bitcoin just skyrocketed, and it was just like,
damn,
fuck, man.
Yeah.
Because it went from like 3,000 to 17,000 in less than a week.
Yeah.
That's just nuts.
Yeah. But the fucked up part was when it got to like $17,000, people thought it was going to keep skyrocketing. So people were getting like mortgages out on their house to buy Bitcoins.
Yeah.
And then it just dumped.
Well,
so they lost all that money.
Because the way it works is if a lot of people dump out at once,
the
value is going to go down.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, it would go up like as people were buying, and then, everyone.
Well, and it sucked too because while that was all going on, like that 3-4 month time period, there were so many content creators who are pushing Bitcoin. So I think that they just started like, I don't want to say brainwashing, but they just started convincing all these people who don't know anything about investing money. They're like, well, it's time to get a mortgage on our house. I saw commercials on TV, like straight up on TV, that said you can get we can refinance your mortgage so you can go purchase Bitcoin.
It's going on right
on
now.
TV.
That's going on right now. I saw one in Wendover, for weed. It's like invest in marijuana fields.
Yeah.
And
Bitcoin got to the point where you could actually use Bitcoin to day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Amazon started taking Bitcoin at one point.
Have you seen on Twitch at all who anyone's pages is lately?
Mm-hmm.
You can stream apps now at a thing. You can accept cryptocurrencies as tips.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So I was like, that's cool, and because someone gives you one now. If you hold on to that, it may go up.
Right. It wouldn't hurt.
It's just like 50 Cent, how he found some bitcoins. Yeah, it wasn't like $80,000 of bitcoins he forgot he had.
Yeah, but to those people that invested in Bitcoin, you lucky ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Honestly. Because there was quite a large group of people who made a fuck ton of money.
And I had someone who told me about it too. It was an old
too.
roommate, Levi. He invested into Bitcoin when it was not even worth a penny of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Bitcoin just came out. And he's like, I'm going to throw $3,000 at this. And his parents paid for everything. He had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He worked for fun. He worked at the motor track. You know what I mean? So he had fun. Long story short, that shit blew up kind of when he was, and it turned into like $4 or $5 of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right.
And so,
Yeah. He made a lot of money.
Yeah.
he made like $100,000. And he was like, dude, I'm telling you right now, you need to invest in it. At that time, Bitcoin was like worth like, that was right around like the $300 range. It's like when I got out, it was worth $3. Now it's $300. He's like, I wish I still stayed in it, but I just got out.
Damn, dude, if
And
you would
he's
have
like-
stayed.
He's like, you should just hop out. You should hop in. And he's like, dude, it's just going to go up. There's no way it can go down. And I'm just kicking myself in the ass now.
But what would have sucked though is like all
Because if you just bought one Bitcoin for $330, right?
yeah.
You sat on that Bitcoin for 5 years, and then I have $17,000
Yeah.
one day.
Right. So I think that's smart, but I see all these people who were like really getting into it right near when it was like peaking, and they're the ones that really got fucked. They spent like they got like 4 Bitcoins for like
Yeah.
close to like $70,000, and now it's not even worth.
No.
See, but that was
Tenth
when
of it.
Bitcoin was actually starting to get noticed and actually getting
Yeah.
popularity was when it went on the rise. Because before it went on the rise, Bitcoin wasn't really a big thing. Not a lot
No,
of people
only drug
knew
dealer,
about it.
like people buying drugs on the dark web. But that's all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was like I've read so many stories and I knew so many people that were just buying drugs got rich because they're Bitcoin.
Right.
They're like oh, I was buying weed in 2011 and now I'm rich.
I like to think they were just some super stoner kid that he bought his weed strictly through the dark net, so he had like a big pile of Bitcoin that he's just had for years, and he
Yeah.
wakes up one day and he's like, oh fuck,
I remember
it's like $7 million.
yeah, Joel was telling me he was gonna start farming it in 2011.
Junior
2010.
high.
Yeah.
Ninth grade. I
I
remember.
was gonna say
Yeah.
I was like I'm pretty sure it was 9th, 10th grade. He was
Yeah.
he was talking about it because I knew Jordan and them were they wanted a PO box and Bitcoins for weed, but
Yeah.
and but
No, I remember that too, because we were in 9th grade and I had no idea anything about it, and I remember a bunch of people talking oh, we should start farming Bitcoin. Do you have a computer? I'm like, yeah, I got a computer. And I never did because I was like, what the fuck they're talking about? It's because everyone in that group was a bunch of trolls back then too, so I didn't know if they were just trolling me.
Yeah, Bitcoin is just, man, I wish, but now sitting back at it, Bitcoin is just
It's volatile.
very
yeah.
fragile. It has its steady pace now. It's going to stay around that $6,000
It's
mark
staying
for a
there
while.
for
Do you think we'll ever see anything like that again? Like
Bitcoin?
weird like that again?
Yeah, I will tell you that same thing will exactly happen again.
Yeah.
It's probably
And
gonna
then it will
skyrocket.
go higher than...
Do you think it's gonna be Bitcoin, or do you think it's gonna be
Because
something else?
Probably sound like Ethereum. Well, Ethereum's not a currency. It's weird to explain. It's
a crypto,
blocks. What?
It's kind of treated
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's similar things, has its own
Yeah.
foundation. So when the darknet the reason Bitcoin, in my opinion, jumped is because exactly when you take two of the largest darknet markets
Yeah.
on the darknet at the same time, bro.
That's
That's
huge.
a lot of cryptocurrency that's got seized.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's only X amount of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So yeah, when
they
you're
don't-
buying it, you're
the-
buying it
the-
from someone
there's
else.
No more. There's no more. They don't create anymore. There's X amount.
Yeah,
So how does that work with farming Bitcoin? Are you farming it from
people's,
the grave?
No, from people's. Like, so it's just code was all it is. And like, so there's, like you're saying, there's a certain amount, and there's still a certain amount that's there, but not really owned by anyone, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so, like, and a lot of the farming it's like almost taking from people. I don't know, it's weird. Now farming, like if you farm now, it's
farming or mining
for
Bitcoin.
Now it's like the same as like some people, it was just getting taken away.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that story of the one kid who had a fuck ton of it in his computer and ended up going to the dumpster?
He was huge on Reddit. No, he had an old just gaming rig that he had kept a bunch of Bitcoins on, like way back in the day. And then he's just like, nah, I'm never going to use this. And then just threw it away. It was just on his hard drive still, the Bitcoins. And he threw it away. And then, it went up. And he was going to, like, posting pictures. He was going to the, like, dump every weekend. Looking at $300 million worth of Bitcoin on his computer. And that was when it was at $10,000 is when he was going. So it got up to probably like $600 million worth of Bitcoins he threw away.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, people were like, he posted this whole story on Reddit, and so tons of people were going to
I bet
to look for that.
And supposedly, like the creator of Bitcoin, who's anonymous, it still hasn't came out or whatever, has roughly like 15, 10, something like that % of all the Bitcoins.
Yeah.
So I think he's just waiting to see Bitcoin rise to like 25 grand a Bitcoin.
So they think it's going to hit that this year.
He gonna drop
or within a year.
Well, they would have to see. That's the thing, is they're gonna have to take down take down some markets again.
Right. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe like
that's gonna happen.
Maybe the government or someone's just investing like way into it right now, and then they're like, all right, let's go get rid of them real quick.
That will happen over time. But
have you heard the rumor that a lot of people think it's Elon Musk?
Really?
That created Bitcoin.
Damn, that'd be wild. Did you see his
seems like
lately?
Something he would do.
Did you see his stuff lately? People are all mad at him.
For what?
Because the dude, the diver, he went to the caves and was helping, like, he was bringing supplies and stuff, helping those kids. And one of the divers that was rescuing just like was talking shit on Twitter, like Elon showed up, didn't do anything. And so Elon did a big old rant, like, he's like, you're a pedophile, all this stuff about the guy.
Oh, shit.
And then so, like, the Tesla CEOs are trying to kick Elon Musk out right now and stuff because of it.
Damn Twitter again.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, people on social media.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Elon.
Just don't go post stuff.
A lot of people were backing him, though. The guy, the diver, he does look like a pedophile, but he called him a pedo guy instead.
I'm a pedophile.
You're a pedophile?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's not good.
Definitely not good.
Someone just shows up and tells you, like, yeah.
Well,
you what?
It happened yesterday or maybe Monday. The whole TED Talk put someone out there, and they were pushing to add pedophilia to the LGBT community.
They say it's a trans age, but they were fucking pissed. The trans, like, gender community stuff lost it, and they're like, fuck you. What do you mean?
Now, where I sit on it is I think pedophilia it is a mental disease.
Yeah, like, you're obviously sick, but we shouldn't
be
allow people to fucking do it.
It shouldn't be
dude, I got the cure, one bullet.
One bullet. I think, like, later down in life there will be a point in time where they'll be able to know why that is something that people...
It's usually early onset trauma.
Right, and I think it's going to be able to, like, something's going to be able to fix it in the next 10, 15 years. But making it trying to put them as a protected group is not a good idea.
No fucking
Because then that's going to get...
sickos.
I fall under the thing that I think there's a lot more people who have, whatever you want to call it, who are pedophiles in their brain who don't act out on it because they know how sick it is. So I think if it became a protected group...
They're like,
there's going to be more people like, oh, well, fuck. I mean,
so if you think in the right mind that should be added to the community, it should be slapped.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I don't fuck with the fucking LGBT. I don't go to Pride festivals. I don't do none of that gay shit. I hate that so much. Like,
priceless.
Well, and I think I don't know. I have my opinions too. They're not popular with people where I think, if someone is posting about it and, like, going to these things, like, going to support a movement that needs to happen is one thing, but going to cause a scene is not the correct way.
Yeah.
So like, it's a hard thing to word. Like, it's almost like people need to feel special about having a title, when in reality they're just not a special person.
Yeah.
But while they're in this group, they're a special person.
Why do you need a title?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't.
Why
see
the fuck
straight
you need a
people,
title?
Like, straight pride, redneck pride.
Oh
like,
man, we could get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because like if you have a title that specific. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't
You are the title.
But that puts you into a group, right? And at that point, it's just
it takes away from being a unique person.
When you're classifying yourself, you're separating yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not staying as one, you know, like look at it, speak on it, but it's just you can't separate yourself.
No, and I feel bad too because there's a lot of people out there in the world who just live their life who they are without going to festivals and not being, you know, in everyone's faces about it because it honestly looks bad in a lot of cases.
I think it looks fucking just terrible. I hate it. Like, there are so many people that I know that are gay who know me. They're like, oh, I didn't see you at Pride, or you didn't go to Pride. I'm like, I don't like that shit. Like, that's not. I don't need to go to a Pride festival just because I'm gay. Like, shut the fuck up.
Well, because to me, knowing you more now, you're just Calford. Like, you don't need to go cause a scene. Like, yeah. I don't know, and that's what I think people forget. Is I think there's a lot of people who don't have, like, they don't feel like anyone knows them. But if they go cause a scene and make an uproar about how they're, you know, whatever they'll
get some dick.
they might get some dick, or they might get some, you know, people talking to them, or might get popular off of it or whatever. And it's, I think that's kind of gross.
Just like EDC.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to go to raves before everyone fucking went to raves, and now I don't even
it's
really
gross.
associate with that because it's like.
It's a weird community.
I gotta tell you, that's the one thing in Vegas we can't stand is EDC.
I bet.
Oh yeah,
that's one thing I can't stand.
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
Well, it's a weird...
and it's so many fucking people.
Oh
and,
yeah,
dude. You know what's
fills up the whole race.
You wanna know what's crazy? Oh, like we're talking about. There's so many people, so like all hotels are like stacked out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Completely stacked. But to get like. I remember it was like the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. Yeah. To get a hotel room on that night, like the cheapest one you could find was like 30 miles, 40 miles outside of Vegas, right?
Jesus Christ.
Outside of Vegas, and it was still $500 a night.
Yeah, we went.
That's so crazy.
We went when we were young, like 18, to Vegas. Just we were, going to hang out there, and we went. It was like some motorcycle event was going on there.
Jesus, it was so
and
busy.
It was busy, and like we got lucky that we the dude at the Motel 6. He's like, "There's no hotels available," and he was just cool. He's like, "You have to be." We were only 18. He's like, "You have to be 21." He's like, "You're not gonna get a hotel." He's like, "I'll give you guys a room and stuff," and. Yeah. So we got like half a night room, and he gave us a discount and stuff. He was super cool, but yeah, just that alone. So I can't even imagine events that are like, EDC way bigger.
Was it a motorcycle convention? Or
it was just some sort of motorcycle convention.
So there's always something going down on Vegas. So like, if you're planning to go to Vegas, don't go on a weekend.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Don't go on a weekend.
Yeah, it's way better weekdays.
Yeah. EDC though, bro, there's just so many people.
Well, and it's become a very unique community of people too, because like, dressing up's cool, however you want to do it. I get the whole not wearing much clothes is great, whatnot.
Well,
but
the people that enjoy like EDC, yeah, but man, there's just like it's like 400,000 people.
Yeah,
that's an ass ton of people.
That is an ass ton of
that
people.
Is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, and I'd say the majority are probably rolling on something too, and that's a lot of people to be
and
around each other.
Yeah. Someone falls.
Right? Yeah, I didn't know. Thomas was telling me last time he was here when apparently they're gonna turn Wendover. They're planning to do a whole Vegas style strip in Wendover.
I heard about
with
that.
what people and what no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no one there, but that's their plan, is to make a whole strip and
Okay.
win.
You know how much money they're gonna make when they finally put a weed dispensary up there, though?
And win.
Oh, but you're gonna see people travel the 2 hours just to get a shit now. Like,
be careful of that. Utah, the highway patrol don't be playing around.
No way. They hang out up there.
Understand, like when you're traveling, Utah Highway Patrol don't be playing around. They're not just state officers. They patrol federal highways, so they can give you federal charges.
Yeah.
And crossing drugs into the border is a big
I bought edibles
charge.
in Washington.
It's not the border thing. Just being on a federal interstate like I-80, I-15, anything like that. If it gets federal funding, you're under federal laws.
Yeah, and it's federally illegal right now.
So that's why, like, if you get, it's better that you get busted with weed on the
Like public streets?
it's better if you get busted with weed on the freeway. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but highway patrol follows, like, I've seen, like, weird laws. So Utah law is a pound or less is misdemeanor. A pound or less. But counties can have their own law, which Davis County, it's an ounce or less.
Yeah.
Which most counties, it's actually an ounce or less.
Yeah.
Pussies.
Right.
Right?
I'm not a weed person, but that's just.
It's weed.
Yeah. Especially an ounce. Like, it's a bit, but.
It's a bit, but I know people who go through an ounce alone in a week or two.
Yeah.
If not sooner. Right? So, you know, it's. And I think that maybe that's what people don't realize now. Maybe that's why it's so weird, is like.
They don't understand, like, there's like, this looks like a lot of weed. It's like,
I'm going to smoke that all myself, sir. Officer. Thank you very much. I'm not going to sell that to anybody.
Recommendation, if you just ever have large sums, just keep it all in one bag.
Right, yeah, don't
Then
spread it
at
out.
that point, if you keep it all in one bag, you could have 30 pounds in one bag and you could claim personal use.
Right.
It's in one bag.
Yeah, it's just
Right.
I got a garbage bag.
the whole
full of
trunk.
weed. You got a big garbage bag in the back of your, like, Ford Ranger.
Just like, well, I heard a story, though, where... Because like, you can get in a lot of trouble, though, with the border thing still, right?
Yes.
I heard someone came from Colorado, and they had a good amount of weed with them, and they got fucked because all the weed that they bought was in separate stuff because it was different kind of weed. So it was in different containers, and they had like a bunch of cookies and different things like that, and they got fucked hard because they got pulled over on I-something or the other up near the Colorado border, and they got charged for like something like 5 years in jail and like a bail of like $100,000.
Damn.
Just don't be caught.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't.
No, one time I bought edibles back from Washington, and they were in my suitcase in the back seat of my dad's truck, and my dad was driving, and we got pulled over, and oh my god, my heart was racing so hard. Like, I was gonna shit myself, like, and then it was just like, he's like, okay, have a good day, sir. Like, okay, we left, and I was like, oh my god.
Right.
I got like 3 bags of edibles in my suitcase. Like,
Don't get caught.
oh.
Yeah.
So you smoke, you know, bit. What's your
lot.
a lot? What's your take on edibles? What's your opinion?
So edibles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
See, for me, I just brought them back just to give to my friends. Like,
If
hey,
you
want
wanna
edibles?
if you wanna have a good time, I make trips out to like Carson, Reno area, or go to like Las Vegas, and I go out there to go
Carson
hang
City
out
for a
with
while.
friends.
Yeah.
You wanna have a good time? I can teach you how to have a good time with weed.
Yeah.
All you need is to have weed, and bro, I'll tell you, you'll be set for the weekend.
I like that.
You want to be on your ass the whole entire weekend? I can make sure that happens. Like, there's been times, like, some crazy stories. Like, last time I went out there, oh, man, you should see the...
Oh, he pulling out some receipts.
Yeah, I am pulling out receipts, for damn sure. Because no one will believe me on this shit when I say a zip into a joint.
Yeah.
Like, when I say an ounce, a full zip into a joint... Damn.
Jesus.
Oh.
Oh man.
And if you want to add me on Snap, like,
Yeah.
I am like a what?
Yeah, for sure.
Are we live?
Yeah.
We're live right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to add me on Snap, you're like totally. I gotta be careful of some things I say.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm a cunt on Snapchat. People don't like the way I talk. People don't like.
So people come up to me and be like I'm a very blunt person, and if you I'm totally about honesty.
Yeah.
Like, cause I made a Snap the other day, and I think I really offended someone. And this person knows I'm talking about them. Absolutely, yes, I am talking about you if you're watching this. Because I know you said you're going to watch it. So, at the point of this is I said, people say that I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I just turn back and look at them and I'm like, what? You want me to be lying to you?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that's
better
how
be
I
a
feel
dick
too.
than lying, yeah.
And like I shrugged my shoulders and people were like, you can be nice, and I was like, I don't sugarcoat shit.
Yeah.
Like, because you sugarcoat shit, people are pussies.
I'd rather be someone
Especially now.
I'd way rather be someone straight up to me, like, even if it's like rude.
Stony Baloney 55.
I love it.
That is good.
No, I'm the same way now. Like I used, when I was a little bit, man, I cannot spell. 55.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell baloney?
BOLOGNA.
I was gonna say it's like Bologna.
Yeah.
Stony Baloney.
I used to kind of have that problem where when I was younger, like 17 and 19, where I was too nice. And it wasn't necessarily that I felt like I needed to be nice to people, but I just felt like I didn't want to cause like problems, and ended up me getting walked on a lot.
Yeah.
And it took too many times for it to realize that, you know, maybe I need to stop being nice and just be truthful with people.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. And I feel being more honest and upfront is if you're not honest and upfront, people can't really relate to you. People
Yeah.
I don't want to be around nobody fake. I don't want to be any. No.
Yeah.
You know?
Where their honesty then?
But when it become to like when speaking back on like your edibles thing, it's just, you know, they make edibles in any type. Edibles affect people differently.
Absolutely.
And I will tell you this: you can be the biggest smoker and this and that.
Still,
and I
make
can
you
give
feel like
you,
you're gonna die.
I can give you just a single like 100 milligram edible, and you'd be on your ass, and you'd be like, like, and to the extent it's like they make 500 milligram candy bars, bro.
Oh my
Which is
God.
ridiculous.
I have a 15 milligram brownie and I'm like, fuck that.
See, and when I didn't, what year was this? It would have been when I was like fairly, like fresh being 21. I went up to Washington because I got family up there, and I didn't know.
Yes, family up there.
I have family up there. I didn't know that edibles are processed different in your body.
Yeah,
that it's
processed by your liver.
metabolized.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I didn't, going into it, I was thinking like, oh, I've been smoking more often than normal. I go in there and I'm like, hey, I couldn't smoke because I had family up there. And like my parents, I didn't want to smoke in front of them, but I still wanted to get some edibles. And I'm talking to this guy and I'm like, hey, I want to get an edible, but I haven't really had many, what should I get? Blah, 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 blah. Dude tells me to get this brownie, and he's like, take a thumbnail worth of the brownie and you'll be primo. So I was like thinking like,
You're like, bitch.
yeah, well, that's exactly
like,
my
fuck
thought
this.
process. I went home and took half that thing. No, a bad idea.
It hasn't been the same since.
Like I had 45 minutes in, like an hour in, I'm sitting on the couch. I'm like,
So yeah, my first experience with edibles was like I didn't know, and I just wanted to try, and I had my medical card, and I was kind of just flub-up myself at the time. And I was by myself that day, and I was like, stop by a dispensary, pick up some edibles, and get fucked up. So I went and got one of those they were like truffle packs, 5 of them.
Yeah.
And I took one of them, and 30 minutes later, I was like, man, I ain't feeling shit. I got some food, still ain't feeling shit. And I was like, fuck this.
shit.
I didn't feel shit. Went to the gas station, bought like a beef jerky stick. I ate half the beef jerky stick and sat down. The minute I sat down, I was like, oh. And I think I was glued at that park bench for like, I don't know. Yeah, dude, I was sitting on a park bench with beef jerky thing like. I was planted like solid like, and this had to have been like, 9 o'clock at night when I sat down, and I was like, and 1 o'clock in the morning I was like, all right, I need to get my ass up.
Damn.
I ended up falling asleep. I don't even know how long I was up for, but I just like, I had the giggles for a while, and I was just like feeling way loopy, and I just woke up later.
Things that I love about like, this is what the pros and cons of weed. So the pros of weed, the cons of weed, it can just be expensive, straight up. And, you can get way more fucked up with alcohol for the price than you can with weed. Mm. But there's been times where I've gotten like so high, like I'd be going to bed and waking up the next morning still like blazed as fuck. My eyes were like ready to pop out of my skull, just like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened with me with booze on the weekend. We got drunk the next day.
Waking up. See, but I
tried fucking a 50-year-old woman.
Oh God! Good God! See, but the problem with beer is just like you wake up and you feel like shit, or like you wake up hungover and shit like that. But I never.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was lucky. Yeah, for the hangover though, I was lucky. I was still pretty drunk, so I just kept drinking and not get it.
Just don't get the hangover.
It's like can't get hungover if I'm still drunk.
Lately, my body's been so immune to alcohol because I've been drinking so much lately. I don't get hangovers. I can get blackout drunk on wine, tequila, everything, and I wake up just like, oh, okay. Well,
not me. I'm the opposite. I drink like too much beer and I'm fucking dunzo for 2 days.
Really?
I wonder what it is, because like I know people who just
and my liver's probably so saturated from
maybe that's what it is, because like when I was drinking more like often, I can only remember twice where I was hung over, and it was because like I went way above what I normally do, but I never used to get them, so I guess I'm just getting older.
I would say I never really got hangovers, but I only had one, and it was actually at work. And like I went into work, the boss knew it was like flood the lights on the blinker, like just like
I've had some real bad ones, throwing up and working.
And I'm not about that. Like
I'll
get drunk and it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I feel like I'm having a good night the night before.
You're having a good night.
And you wake up,
and then you wake up
next day.
I feel like I drink so much because I don't get hangovers.
Yeah.
You what?
I feel like I drink so much because I don't even get hangovers. Like I don't have anything to dread in the morning. That's why I do it all the time. Like
yeah, if you don't get hangovers, why not? I wish I didn't get hangovers, which is probably good because it keeps me mild.
Right.
Like I'll just have a few, go dancing. I
nice.
went dancing at Windover, but I don't know how to dance.
Yeah, I hope that we just get. I don't know if Utah will ever have recreational marijuana, and I'm okay with that. I'd like it to, but I don't think we ever will. But at least medical and this thing's
at least the church shut the fuck up after they got exposed.
Yeah,
shit. Thank God.
Oh yeah.
Because I was tired of hearing that shit. I really was. I was just like, I don't know.
Well, because it just seemed fishy. Like, why is the church so against it? Like,
why are you so against it? Some of your members say that it's good. Like, I work with people that are part of the church, and they're like, all for it. They're like, fucking do it.
Yeah. And not to cut down anyone that drinks, but I know a lot more people who'd rather be around stoners than people who drink a lot.
What a dick.
See,
what a dick.
What a dick.
Not that I enjoy weed or anything, like I really don't enjoy being high, but like I would much rather probably just be a stoner who sits at home and just like watches TV than like drink all the time. I don't know, like, but I can't do it because of work, Like,
right.
I just get weird. If I smoke, I'm weird.
Yeah, I get paranoid as fuck.
I just say weird stuff. I'm like, why am I saying this right
Well,
now?
I think back to what we were talking about earlier too is like, I know you've been here and you've been drunk a lot, so I know how you normally act. And obviously, I've been around Forrest at his best and worst moments.
I think I'm a pretty good drunk.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm funny, like...
The thing with alcohol, though, is there's such a wide range of how people are going to act.
Yeah.
Because, like...
We've had bad, too, actually.
Yeah, we've had bad on the podcast. Like... So it's just so
My hiccup situation.
The hiccups were great, but like you can go to a party and if everyone's drunk, there might be some hothead now who has had 3 shots of tequila and now he wants to fight everyone.
Ew, I hate those people.
Or like if you go to a party where everyone's smoking, there's not gonna be some dude who's a hothead who wants to fight after smoking 3 bowls. Like that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, least, definitely, I agree for sure. And I'm fucking drinking boy.
Yeah, and it just sucks because like not everyone's like you when you drink. Because like there's never been a point in time where I'm like, Forrest is being a fucking asshole. He needs to stop drinking, But there's people who, nice as could be, but a couple shots in, they're
for sure
ready to put their head through the wall.
Right. Real dicks.
Yeah.
Ass wipes.
Yeah. They got some deep-rooted issues they need to.
Yeah. That's why I just say I just don't see anything wrong with it. In high school, I kind of just stayed away from everybody on that subject because everybody just did this.
Yeah, big time.
And that's what got you in trouble.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was more of the key factor, like, because back then I didn't smoke as much as I do now.
Yeah.
But back then, I just didn't want the heat of trouble.
No.
Because I was in the office enough.
Yeah.
Like,
don't need more eyes on you that don't need to
I
didn't know.
I don't know if you guys knew anyone in the class above you, like Stephen Wiley, Corbin Sanders.
Oh, Corbin lives right by me.
Corbin Sanders?
Yeah.
Okay, Corbin Sanders was in my English class, and I will tell you, me and him, majority of the year, were kicked out of that class. Like, if you ever saw Corbin Sanders walking through the hall, it was because he got kicked out of English class, and he was just walking through the hall.
That's funny, because I vividly remember seeing him walk through the hall with his white t-shirts.
You just flashback, you're like, that's where like, oh, I remember that.
I 100% remember. That's funny.
That's exactly what it is. And Miss Tanner, may the Lord be with you. Like, seriously, you had to put up with some kids that are just like, because you had Josh Hunt, Stephen Wiley, and that's a pack of kids that we're all friends.
Right.
And you put us all 3 together, we're pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's where the counselors really fucked up.
Yeah.
And so I felt bad for that teacher because she did more kicking people out of class than actually teaching.
Right.
So
were you friends with like the Shawns too?
Tuso?
Yeah,
and
like
Turner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who else was, because like I knew
Alex Pierce,
Kearns too.
Yeah.
Ryan
Carnes.
Yeah, guys like that. I knew them.
Yeah, I wasn't like super close to anyone. The people like I was really close to high school is like someone actually in your grade, Alex Chamberlain.
Oh yeah, I know him.
You know Alex Chamberlain?
Yeah,
that's my best friend.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Yeah, that's my best bud. He's the one that actually lives in that apartment complex.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Didn't he used to live where Chandler lived for a while? He works at McDonald's, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, now he's actually going to start working with me.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
dope.
I got him a job.
Because did he used to live in apartments like kind of by Woods Cross?
Yeah.
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 Our old friend used to live in those apartments too, and they lived like kind of like.
Yeah, he's lived all over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. In between, I would say Slim Olson's and that apartment complex, the Springwood apartment complex, that's where he's been living.
Right.
He's always over there, but that's all I've known. But
so, did you know Alex Gonzalez?
No.
I thought he hung around with him for a while. Maybe not.
I kept quiet from a lot of people.
Right.
From a lot of people. So like Chris Macon, you may have known.
Sounds super familiar.
Was he a bigger guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Chris. He was in our grade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't thought about that name for a while.
Chris Macon.
I remember him very.
Yeah, there's just so many people about high school. I was just.
Yeah.
Cause I stopped going. I graduated early, but I just stopped going. Like, so I was graduating in 2011, so I just like.
Yeah, I graduated a year early too.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm done with everybody.
My senior year was a total joke. It was me showing up to school to goof off.
Right.
That's how I was. I only went for pretty much the first term.
I went the first quarter and I said deuces.
Yeah, that's how I was.
And yeah, I knew all them.
It's funny because me and my friend were actually in your class's senior picture because we just like went we were just in gym. We're like, can we go? Do you remember that one Holbrook coach. He was a substitute coach for gym.
Big guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, can we come in the senior picture with these guys? We know a bunch of them. He's like, yeah, that's hilarious. So yeah, we just went out.
him.
It's funny because I'm in like your senior class, but I'm not in my own senior picture.
That's awesome.
You were in one though.
Yeah, just a year early.
Wild in.
Yeah, high school was, I don't know, I didn't really.
Yeah, see, but my senior class did like the best senior prank. We stole the damn fucking mascot out the fucking cage, bro.
That was our friends that did that.
Really?
Yeah.
So whoever did that was a clever.
That's so funny.
Because no, like they literally were heated over that. They were like ready to arrest people.
Yeah, they had to pay for the whatever. What's it called when they people the dead animal shit? What's it called? Taxidermists. They had to pay each a fine for the taxidermist to fix it and.
Wait, that was real?
Yeah.
That's a real animal?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a bobcat or something, but they say wildcat. They say.
Oh hell. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder where did they hide it?
Just at a friend's house.
Was it in 2011 they did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That's fucking wild.
I would have let it out in the wild.
I was right when I left. That was right after Battle of the Bands, because my band played Battle of the Bands that year.
Oh, nice.
And it was my band that's called the crowd fucking pussies.
Oh.
And we lost Battle of the Bands. Thank you, Dan Sims.
I know Dan Sims.
Yeah,
He was supposed to be on here one time.
Yeah.
Dan Sims was in my band. Man, Dan moved.
Yeah, he's in Ogden now.
No, he moved out of state.
He moved out of
Yeah.
state. He moved to like Minnesota or something.
Oh shit!
Like
I
that.
thought you. I remember him. He moved up to Ogden or something.
Yeah, because he was gonna come down, but we had problems. Like we were scheduling, and like he didn't have a car one night, and we couldn't go get him. And then the other night, we ended up not being able to do it. And then by the time we tried to get it worked out, he was already gone. And I was like, "Fuck!" Like I didn't know he was like moving state.
He played in that. He's the one that called everyone a fucking pussy.
That kid cracks me up beyond belief.
And you know what? I look back at at the time I was mad that because we got kicked out of Battle Bands. It was my senior year, and I worked so hard to work this.
Oh, yeah.
And, we blew everyone away in that thing.
Yeah.
And the only reason we lost college. But since we played so well, there was only 3 bands, and they're like, well, we're not going to not give you a place. We're going to give you 3rd place. But your reason why you're getting 3rd place is called the crowd fucking pussy.
You're like, I didn't, but like
I didn't do it, but all right.
What did you play?
I play guitar.
You play guitar? That's dope.
You know what's fucked up? I auditioned for every 3 years of that damn talent show at the high school, and I never made it.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Never.
Fuck them.
And then I saw the other acts they fucking put on the show, and I was like, what's this? Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to. Our plan in senior year, I never did it. We wanted to so bad as audition a singing group and try to get in, do some actual decent singing, and then we were gonna sing "Boats and Hoes" like from the Step Brothers movie.
That'd have been so funny. I wonder how fast they'd be able to get you guys off.
Well, my plan was I was gonna bring my own boombox, so they couldn't shut off the music. Then
what years are you? Go Eagles were 2012, 2011, and what were you, Calford?
2015.
15? Yeah. It's all fairly close by.
Yeah.
It's always a small world. Every time we have new guests on, we always find out that they know and hang out with people that we've known.
Or like they fucked their ex-wife or some shit. Like.
Damn, I haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
If I that'd be sweet. That's drama I'm about on the podcast.
Damn, didn't we go to school with Dan Sims since fucking
man,
elementary,
first grade, kindergarten?
I love Dan Sims, just the sheer comments he would make.
Yeah.
And he used to find the reason why I'm so blunt is because I met him in junior high at South Davis, and you remember when he was that goth boy that wore the trench coat?
Absolutely.
Everyone was fucking scared of him because he was going to shoot up the school or something like that. And, the day I talked to him, he was so peaceful and mellow, and I was like,
he was not even like what people
Holy
thought.
shit.
Yeah, you look like this, but you're super nice.
There was one day someone said that they were going to show up to something, and Dan didn't like this person. He says, if that person shows up, I'm going to punt that bitch across the border. And I go, what? Damn. And he says, you know what, I'm going to even make this better. And he goes to our band Facebook page, and he posts it on our Facebook page, and everybody. I go, are you shitting me? It says, you show up to this, I'll punt you across the border, bitch. Yeah. You're just like,
hey, Dan, you're representing all of us on this one.
Right.
Damn it, Dan.
Dan, this is a group effort here, man.
Yeah, the fucking pussies was good. That's what we're gonna take.
What's up, Synthesizer? Yeah, we multiply. We got some other people here tonight. We try to have guests most nights, but Monday, can't remember what happened Monday. Who's supposed to come on Monday?
Tavy, I think.
Oh yeah. She was
I love that bitch.
If I'm not totally dead beat, I'm always down.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's always good times chilling.
It's fun to talk because, like,
yeah.
I think that the reason why podcasts are so big now is like there was that time gap from like 2011 to like 2000 now almost where they're like. People just didn't converse anymore.
Just all social media.
Yeah, it was all on social media. No one got in rooms together and just talked about shit. And now it's big. It's popular. Podcasting's popular. And, like, people want to actually talk.
So we can just tell our stories. We can just hang out. And
Yeah, I love podcasts.
Right. Yeah, and podcasts, like, let you, like, look back on the last things. Like, I've just realized that I've been graduating from high school for fucking 7 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here
like, oh, God.
We're on our turnaround to our 10-year reunion.
7 years? Wait, when did you graduate?
2011.
How old are you?
25.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say 29 for some reason.
Damn. Not that old.
Holy fuck, that's so long. I was a baby.
Technically, I was out of high school in 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I got fed up with it. But my graduating class was 2011.
I'm sorry.
You guys catch the Rogan Jones drama? Like recent stuff? No, I didn't.
Me neither, no.
I skipped mine back in 07. So you said, I guess we can close out on this because we went a little bit further than 2 hours, which is totally
it was still
cool.
going,
Yeah.
so I was like, let's
so
stop it.
You said that you're going to school to go into
Cannabis field.
Cannabis field.
Yes.
So what field?
So I'm going to be going to school for fully, like, just the whole field in general. My ultimate goal is to open a cannabis dispensary, and I actually want to be able to cultivate a strain specifically for PTSD patients.
That's fucking rad.
Yeah.
That's way rad.
Because we have too many vets biting bullets every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We do.
We need to get them.
Wait, what's PTSD?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
But
So like when you go to military, when like it's common with people that are in the military and they see some fucked up shit overseas.
Very traumatic shit.
Like they come back and they're fucked up, have super like mental stuff. They'll have like something will happen, a firework goes off or something, and it triggers a memory, and they're like gun pulling.
Okay.
Or like a lot of them have really bad nightmares and they wake up.
Sometimes
their spouse or some
yeah,
shit,
not they just freak out. War shit.
So I've been really chasing that, and also to epilepsy. Also, I really even though they found stuff to help that. That also, and like Parkinson's.
Because Parkinson's is a big one that is getting progress finally.
My mom was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's at a very young age, so it kind of like that hits home. So that's something like I want to do.
Yeah.
And I just want people to be more open towards medical cannabis.
Yeah,
because medical and it's like you say weed, you say marijuana. If you actually talk to someone who's actually educated, they will always refer it to as cannabis.
Absolutely.
Like I'll say weed, I'll say marijuana, this and that, because that's how people communicate, right? But if you're gonna it is cannabis.
It is cannabis, yeah. It's like not to get derailed from that, but like there's been a push in California for more research with magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
But, when you call something magic mushrooms or you call something weed, people like to associate it as like a party thing when it's actually a medical thing. So like psilocybin mushrooms is what they want to research. Cannabis is what they're trying to research. So it's just the weird wording.
Yeah.
But Synthesizer here says, hell yeah, dude, I'm a farmer, and as soon as it's legal, I'm gonna start my own company, 420 all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm totally pushing for the initiative to go through.
Yeah.
My ultimate goals is to actually open a dispensary, because I want to be real with people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just there's a lot of the way it needs to be done is like if we're gonna legalize this stuff, we can't let big multi-billion-dollar corporations come in and run.
No, because it's just all what their personal desires. It's like right now, the only people that can transport stuff to the dispensaries and stuff is alcohol companies, which is just like they're about to lose out on business, so the government's they're paid out someone. Oh, they fixed it?
Not anymore.
That's good.
They've changed.
I just saw that's when it was. I was like, that's fucked up.
That's how it is in Vegas still, but they've changed some of the laws. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, I was like, that's just them keeping their money.
No,
going,
like when you're transporting on a street, yes, I understand.
Yeah.
But it was when people were raising that question, it was actually because for facilities that were growing, producing, and then putting it on the floor, and to move it from growing to from A to B and then B to C. In between those, you got to have the alcohol company, but this company had everything in one building.
Okay.
And they're like, wait, why do I have to have an alcohol company come move this shit?
Yeah.
That was the real issue. Which was like, hey, I got to hire an alcohol company to come in here to move this box from this room to this room.
Yeah.
Right.
Some dude just with a pallet jack.
And it was also like interfering with business problems.
Yeah.
But I see the way the casinos got their fingers wrapped into it.
Oh, for sure.
They did it. Good job.
Well, and everyone, that's the thing that the kind of scary part about it is I think that everyone's starting to realize that it's going to become at least, federally legal and possibly medical everywhere. Everyone's trying to get their fingers in the honeypot.
Yeah.
So anyway, to all those cannabis haters, go fuck yourself. Half the country's already medicalized.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think too is anyone who hates it, like, Forrest jokes around about it. He doesn't hate it. Like,
No, I make jokes. I always just make like Jesus. But
right.
I don't hate weed by any means.
If you hate cannabis and you hate the movement, you need to just go get educated on it.
yeah.
It's not
That's
the
what
1980s anymore.
That's what I hope it is. I hope that these people, the reason they don't like it is because they don't know. That's what I hope.
Right.
That's just me hoping for the best. But
that they got brainwashed when they were a kid and they just really haven't gone into.
That's just what I hope. But it's probably not that. It's probably just fucking assholes. But
right. Because it's 2018. If you don't want to read the research, then you're just being stupid.
I've yet to see someone die from weed.
No, it's not gonna happen.
You can try. You may feel